yeah. Oh, I was gonna start talking. Oh yeah,
That's okay. You can keep
it's the
talking.
countdown.
It works for
30
everything.
seconds. Now
That's how
we're
we do it.
25.
Merry fucking Christmas, everybody.
Merry
This is the last live stream before the
Christmas.
new year.
Hell yeah. Well, I might do something for fun. I might do a let's get hammered stream.
Oh,
Next
over on your
week.
channel?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have a
Alright.
couple days. At a certain point, I'm gonna get bored and be like, let's just do it. And without like a rough week, I'm gonna have a lot more energy. So
Well, I'm game, but on this channel, this will be the last one before the new year. And I thought we'd go back and look at some of the things that happened throughout this year with not just our channel, but through, our indie scene, the indie circuit, talk about some of the books that we enjoyed and talk about things that we want to progress and do next year with our channels. Definitely hold each other accountable to do it. And then
I thought you were going to say hold each other accountable. I was like, oh, for what? What did I do this time?
Nah, to fucking do it, to get it done.
I swear to God, every time we do a stream, I wake up the next day, I'm like, what the hell did I say last night? I don't even remember. Am I going to be embarrassed?
You don't have anything to worry about until the second hour. So
or like a day later, I'm like, did I say something? Are people gonna like stream snipe me or whatever? They're gonna EFAP our stream because I know I said some funny shit.
There's some that I wanted to post on Twitter, but then I was like, I don't need him getting that kind of heat.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, I can think of a couple. It has been a fun year, Jake. With our channels and stuff, it's been busy. It's been a crazy year, but we've been keeping it going, keeping it real, and there have been some really funny moments.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think one of the funnier ones is when we finally decided to do our own channels and finally leaving, because we've done this a little over a year now.
Over a year for our channels,
yeah. And it was.
We gotta get Dojo on one of these days, and we gotta get him
to come on.
Yeah, Dojo. If you watch this, you need to get on these channels, one of our channels, and you gotta get drunk. We gotta get Dojo drunk. You know what I mean?
If you get drunk, I bet it would be out of left field.
Yeah, and it'll be great. We could talk. I want to talk drunk talk about She-Hulk with Dojo.
Dude, him talking about She-Hulk drunk, I would be clipping that left and right.
Right? Opus Clips would be busy as fuck that day. That'd be awesome. So what do you have in mind? Like, what is something that we had that you wanted to talk about that we've been doing this year?
Well, first things first, as we always do on this channel, I have an unboxing to do.
Oh, hell yeah. I haven't had a good unboxing.
Now, this
I'm
isn't
still waiting on a few things.
Indiegogo or anything like that, but I found a couple of nice things up on eBay, and I was like, I'm going to snag those. Because we've all heard about this creator. And if you haven't, I highly suggest you jump on it. But if you know about Genuine Comics, you know about this.
What book is it? What book did Genuine Comics do?
Genuine Comics is Dave Brink, right? And Dave Brink is known for... God damn, he really packed this bitch in here.
That's how I do it. They need to make a machine that like tapes.
How it's like folded right here.
Yeah,
you usually can just turn it over and slip it out the side. No, he's got that fucking thing taped in there.
Oh, he's got like double taped in there.
Double taping. Yeah. He's got.
I can admire that. I appreciate that.
Save that for later. God damn, highly packaged.
You save your Geminis too?
Yeah, because I'm going to be using them again.
I've got like 30. Oh, yeah, but you can't use it for your own campaigns. But like, I've got, I'm more than 30 of them stacked up. I was trying to figure out how I could use them to make a cosplay costume or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or make something cool out of them because they're way too cool to just throw away.
22, 21.
How many issues did you get? Is
that perfect? Make sure I got these in order, which I'm not sure I do because they don't say issue 1, 2, or 3 on the front. So whatever. But I've got the first 3 issues of Perfect 10.
Yeah.
Everybody's really been talking about this one and hyping it up, saying that it's really good writing, really good art, awesome characters. So I just thought I would actually give it a chance and check it out. But I found all 3 issues, $10 each on eBay. So somebody was just getting rid of them.
Oh, that's pretty. Hell yeah, that's a good deal.
But yeah,
I remember Perfect 10. Do we have him on the show, or was he on Dojos or something?
He was on Dojos.
Okay, I remember talking about Perfect 10. But it looked a lot like Danger Girl, or was it Danger Girl?
Danger Vanessa?
No. That James Bond-esque comic book with it's like Charlie's Angels, but James Bond.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Hang on, where do I have it?
It was a lot like that. I remember thinking like, oh yeah, it looks a lot like Danger Girl.
Darling Danger, Danger Deborah.
No, it's Danger Girl. I've got them. They're like there's like 10 issues. I've got the first 10. I don't know if they ever made any more than that, but
I don't have the first 10. I got one of the hardcover copies though. It's over there with the rest of my crap.
It was a fun comic. I read it. I enjoyed it.
It was good. There were editing.
At any rate, like that's what Perfect 10 reminded me of, but it looked pretty cool too. I never backed it.
Yeah, it's very much on the same scale as like a Black Widow series or something like that. But
yeah, like
a Black enjoyable Widow series. I like it. But I'm happy I got that off eBay. Yeah, Perfect 10 off eBay. Not too shabby. Got 3 issues. Man. 3 issues altogether was $30 for me. I don't know who got rid of them, but I got a steal out of it. So I'll be reading the first 3 issues of Perfect 10 and giving a review next year when we come back.
Yeah, we got to do a review on that.
Oh, 100%. Definitely.
Yeah, dude. You know what? We need more of these guys who have campaigns and they're kind of outdated, like they've been around for a minute. And you can't get they need to really hit eBay or something, advertise how to get those comics. There's been a few times that I'm like talking about a book that's no longer available. Recently, somebody asked me about Nora's Saga because they thought the artwork looked cool. They thought that'd be a fun book to read. And I was like, honestly, I don't even know where you can get that book anymore. Maybe on their website, but
dude, like I tried to reach out to Jason Orpheus, who did Octopus Cowboy.
Yeah,
because I ordered Octopus Cowboy 2, but I didn't receive it, and it's not to his detriment at all. It's not his fault, but it's because I moved from my old apartment and moved into our now house. And so in between that moving, my mailing list hadn't been updated yet, so I wasn't able to get it. And so I tried to reach out to him, never heard back from him, and it kind of makes me sad because I really loved Octopus Cowboy 1 and just haven't heard back from him. So Justin Soto's in the house saying yippee-ki-yay, my friends.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Brother?
Yeah, we're happy Christmas, New Year's early because we may or may not be streaming next week. I'm not sure when I might be going out of town, out of internet range. But if I am within internet range, I'll probably do a barbecue stream. We're talking about doing for New Year's. We're talking about barbecuing homemade pizza. Have you ever done that?
That sounds good.
My dad's like all about it. Apparently, my uncle does this. He like makes these pizza pies and they're like deep dish, crazy pizzas. And they barbecue them. They put them on the grill, and they like I don't know how they do it. I've never barbecued a pizza before, but it sounds awesome.
I've had barbecue pizza, but I've never barbecued a pizza. That sounds interesting.
Barbecue pizza, like holy shit! How come I never thought of this?
100%. If anybody else pops in, you know what? Since it's the last stream of the year, I'm going to go ahead and post the link inside the chat. If people want to join in, it's pinned at the top of the chat. But for now, we're just going to go through and talk some shit, man. I think one of the coolest things that happened to me this year was Ethan Van Sciver actually checking out Brother Kit on his channel.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I thought that was dope.
Did you get a lot of hits, likes? Did you get signups?
Maybe a couple signups, but no, not enough to be like, hey, it's ready to launch. Like I said, I want like 100 signups before I launch.
I've got like a bunch of rando clips of like Ethan looking on my artwork, Dale Keown saying, "Oh, hey, that's Peter Orchard." You know, he did that cool art piece. You know, I've got like random clips. Shane Davis shrugging at my art piece of his character.
Yeah.
he was like, actually, he might have been the first one, that the first thing that I clipped, the first moment, because I did that piece a long time ago, Salamandroid versus the Inglorious Rex. And Inglorious Rex hadn't come out yet, and he hadn't explained how big Inglorious Rex was. Right. And I'm looking at like Dan Lawless's art, and I see like the guy, you know, the main character with in the front doing his jiu-jitsu or whatever, and then Rex in the background. Rex looks about 12 feet tall. So I was like, all the art, and not just his, there's a couple pieces that look like that. So I was like, okay, so Rex has got to be roughly the size of Salamandroid. So I'm going to do a piece of Salamandroid and Inglorious Rex going at it. And then Shane was looking at it on Ethan's stream, and he was like, but Rex is so much bigger than Salamandroid. That doesn't make any sense. And I was like, what? And turns out, yeah, Rex is like what, like 100 feet tall or some shit. And I was like, damn it, there was no, and he even had to put out like a size, like a reference sheet after all that. I got that clip somewhere saved, and I got a bunch of fun. I need to put all that together. So Ethan, checking out your comic book, that's cool. Got to clip that shit, man.
Oh, 100%. And I clipped it on my Twitter. I just don't have it with me on my laptop. But
and then AI it and make him go like, "Oh my god, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I want to read this."
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, he did that with my first issue of Cobalt way back when in like 2021, and he doesn't remember. He doesn't have to remember. You know, who am I? But he looked at it. He saw it with Cecil, and they both said it looked good, and that just, you know, lifted my spirits right out the gate, dude, to hear them say that the art looks
back
good.
in the day when Cecil was on the on the same show with Ethan, and they were like talking comics. That was cool when they were doing that kind of stuff. That was a lot of fun.
I feel like they might go back to doing the old stuff of talking about comics and mainstream media, you know, stuff that has to do with Star Wars and stuff like that, because I don't see anything positive or even, you know, interesting coming from Eric July anymore. I just don't care about that content.
I don't know. I was never ever on board with the Eric July thing. Like, I thought his channel was entertaining enough back in when he first started kind of like entering our arena. But when I saw him look interesting at first, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'm down. Let's see what this is about. And then when he launched that thing and I saw price tags and I saw no like stretch goals, no perks, he's doing a completely different system. And then one of the stretch goals or the perks that he had was, I'm going to buy myself a forklift. And then all this, like, his book was more expensive than all the rest of the books. And it didn't look that great. It just seemed like the whole thing was just this big like money maker, like money machine. And I was like,
you know,
I'm out. Like, this doesn't look like you're
I bought the first Dyson. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it's not high caliber, it's not low caliber. It's right there with like most indie comics I back, where it's just mid, where they miss those moments of epicness to where you can have meaning or some kind of action that's just awe-inspiring and stuff like that. It didn't have any of that. It was just go, 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 and like, what the hell's going on?
There was a vibe right from the beginning where, like, when he launched, that was, most people have this whole I want to give you something cool mentality. He had the I want you to give me money mentality, right? There was never once a, man, you guys, I'm going to give you everything I have. I'm going to give you all that I have in my soul, you know, in my book. This is the coolest story. This is the best artwork. I have put together like a masterpiece for you. No, everything was gimme more money. Like, and I was like, what am I wasn't intrigued. I wasn't drawn into the interest of the Ripperverse or any of that, because I felt like I was just being asked for money from the very beginning. Whereas you've got like an Ethan campaign where I'm going to give you this book. We're going to hit this stretch goal. I'm going to throw this at you guys. We hit this stretch goal. I'm going to throw some trading cards, or I'm going to throw this at you. I got all this cool stuff, and it is no shit. when you back a book, I backed a book for $25 and I got a big package and it had all kinds of cool stuff in it. I think that was from Wreck Planet.
Yeah.
It might have been the Blood Honey, but it was one of those campaign, both of them actually. I got a huge package of stuff, and it's like he wants to give you stuff, you know. As Eric July from the very beginning just wanted to take money. That's all.
Not only that, after he started hiring on the Saska sisters and everything else that went down with it, I was out. I gave you a chance with issue 1. You didn't grab me. Other people started backing you fine, but as soon as I heard the Saska sisters were in, I was out.
I didn't care about the Saskas as much. At first,
I wanted to give Chuck Dixon a chance with Horseman because it's just Punisher as Nightwing. That's what it is. It's just Punisher and Nightwing
it's just
combined.
Batman. But then I see the AI artwork, and this is after all the holy crap, dude. You know what made me feel really like vindicated and not supporting Eric July was all the 3D assets thing. Yeah. And the cope and the excuses, the gaslighting after all that shit. Yep. I was just like, holy crap, how can you either you have no idea what you're talking about or you're lying out of your ass because you had that is it Lethan Davers or whoever that guy was that was going through and finding all of the assets.
Yep.
It's fine to use assets to trace and stage your scene and trace, and if you're doing all digital, why not, right?
Right.
But he didn't 100%. Do that. He didn't even do that. He just placed them in there and ran it under a filter. And the way that Lethan Davers guy found all the little the nitpicky things to prove they didn't even draw over the 3D assets. He just used a filter. I was blown away at how lazy that comic book was. And I was just like, I'm glad I didn't drop a dime on any of that shit. Although that Isom hat would have been kind of cool to get. That one that they're not allowed to sell anymore. I think you're muted.
I wouldn't say it was lazy, but I would say that he didn't hire the artist of the caliber that he got the money for.
No, I'd say it's lazy.
Well,
if you paid anybody, I mean, all right. First of all, it's digital, so you can do that a lot quicker. You're not paying a digital artist unless they're fucking amazing. You're not paying them the same rate you're paying somebody who's doing physical artwork, right?
Yeah,
and hopefully really good physical artwork. But just because you can sell physical artwork, it takes more time and effort and everything to get it perfect, and so it's just worth more than digital. Now there are some digital artists that are really good and would the prices deserve to be comparable,
right,
to a decent physical artist, but we didn't get none of that with that Isom shit. That was all just 3D assets. And
see, that's what I'm saying. Filters. Like the art in that book reminds me of like a lot of artists that are on the Facebook groups that are trying to get work as their first time, just trying to, make something happen for themselves.
And this guy's supposed to be professional.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you make that kind of money for your book, then you need to hire the high caliber artists that can do it. Like
he had the money to put. He had the he didn't do crowdfunding. He had the money to invest into his project.
Yeah,
he invested into everything except the quality of the book.
100%.
Like he could have went out.
He could have went out and gotten somebody that people have forgotten. Like I named him in my Nightwing video that I did just a couple weeks ago. Scott McDaniel. He after Chuck Dixon did the first 4 issues of the Nightwing miniseries, then Scott McDaniel came in and was the artist on the book after that. And that dude's art style was so 90s and gnarly. It was that kind of cartoony, stuff that you would get from like
Spring Ball. Like we got that new Spring Ball, Jonathan Jetty, right? The new Spring Ball, I love that he's redoing it, he's adding it, he's tweaking it, making it better.
Yep.
I wish you would do it physical because the original Spring Ball looks better. Sean, it looks better, dude. The original looks better.
I back Spring Ball.
That you're redoing it and revamping it and then pushing it out now. Like, that's cool too. But
Spring Ball has like the most unique look. Let me see if I can't find.
Yeah, that's like the classic 90s Image Comics look,
Yeah.
and I really like it. That I like that he's redoing all this. I just don't like the digital. I don't like it. Now it makes sense because he's adding stuff to it. He's tweaking panels and tweaking pages, so it all needs to be unified. Like, and if he's doing digital now, then it makes perfect sense that he's doing it digitally. But
Like when I look at
damn,
Spring Ball, I do not see hero. I see a villain. That's just me going off the bat of what the character looks like. But
I see like Bugs Bunny-ish hero. Bugs Bunny's a hero. He's not a villain. He's just not a conventional hero. That's kind of how I see Spring Ball. Now, this is the new Spring Ball. I can tell right off the bat. That's the new one.
yeah. So
The original one, man, you can really see that line work, the little things.
It's Spider-Man Bugs Bunny, but honestly, to me it looks like a villain. I'm sorry. The color palette for the character.
That's Batman's color palette. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you tweak the turquoise a little bit to the blue spectrum, and then
maybe
you got Batman or Cat. No,
maybe it's
Catwoman.
the mask that's throwing me off, because if to me Spring Ball would have like a really like creepy, interesting smile though, kind of like Freakazoid or something like that.
Have you read it?
No, I haven't. So that's why I got it, because I want to see what it's about.
Yeah. I'm curious. I never read Spring Ball. I saw issue 1 and 2 on eBay, and I almost bought it, but then somebody beat me. I was bidding on it, and it was actually a really good deal. But they fucking outbid. They outbid more than I could afford. I think I was at 2 issues. It was at like $20, and I was willing to go up to $40 for 2 90s comics. And then, I got outbid. And I was like, damn, dude, somebody really wants that thing. Now we got the new one coming out, and I like it. It looks cool, and it looks clean. I like this. And I actually want to read this. But, man, digital, it doesn't look as good to me. Like, everything looks too perfect. I want to see all the mistakes. I want to see, like, the ink, When you get, like, the original, sometimes you can even see how they put too much black ink in the dark areas, and you can see how some areas were lightened up, and you can see the colors bleed through and all. I don't know, there's something about that I really like. I like it a lot, and I just wish there was more of that going on. That's the only problem I really have with digital. It's too clean, too perfect. And if I had anything to say, Shant, I'd say, man, I wish you were doing this all physical, but it does look cool, and Shanta's a cool guy, so I 100% support this project. And now I just rambled as long as I possibly can about this with Jake out of the chair. So I'm going to drink a beer. And I'm going to say another thing that happened this year was Pitter Patter. Can I hear Jake screaming in the background? Pitter Patter, I think it was about a year ago when I first started talking about, or when I first started throwing Pitter Patter at everybody. It's like, I'm down for this, and I want to back Pitter Patter. And then nobody believed me. Everybody hated me. They said, Peter, you suck. This sucks. Everything sucks. And I proved them wrong. Jake, I really wish you had left giving me the screen, because I could have shown video at least.
I wish I could have, man, but Wesley just woke up crying, so I had to go check on him.
So anyways, that was Pitter Patter was about a year ago, right?
Pitter Patter? I think it was sooner than that. I want to say like 8 months or something.
Wasn't it cold outside whenever I went down? Or was that during the summertime when I got the comic? I sent you a copy.
Yeah, Pitter Patter was like 6 months ago.
Really? Wow. Yep. I felt like it was like a year ago at this point. We might have been talking about it. That's one of the first things we talked about since we started doing our channels. That's been about a year.
The first review that we did on this channel was Beckoned Recourse by Jeremy Thevenot, Zade Studios, and then Phenomenova by Vaughn Coleman.
But those were the reviews, but we were bouncing back and forth looking at different campaigns.
Right.
One of the first things we did when we started doing these live streams was we came across Pitter Patter and we laughed at it for a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And then I started getting sold on it. I started getting pitter pattered. And then
Pitter Patter was one of those ones that just, because we talk about art around here and we just got done shitting on Isom's art, but Pitter Patter was one of those ones where it's like, God damn, that art. But as soon as you get the book, man, was it amazing. And you understood why he went with that art style.
Yeah, and it worked perfectly. And then I wanted more. I wanted to read more. And luckily he had the prequel, or he had like it's not a prequel, but the original book. Pitter Patter is actually the prequel. And he sent me a copy of it. I was fucking super excited. The dude's awesome. Jeremy's freaking cool. And I can't wait for Pitter Patter 2 to come out, because we're going to be blowing the hell out of that one. That was one of the first 100%. Things we looked at on this channel, on both of our channels. So the past year, that's another notable moment.
Yeah, I was actually trying to look for Pitter Patter up on Twitter, and you don't actually see a lot of it. I'm really surprised.
He's on Facebook. He doesn't do Pitter. He doesn't do.
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
Yeah, he doesn't do Twitter that I know of.
One of the big names that we had on here when we first started here, our very first big name that we had on here was, of course, Pete Cimetti from
Hell yeah, Alterna. Pete Cimetti. Love Pete Cimetti. Still love that guy. I'll even pop in when I see, like, I'll pop in his streams. I don't chat that much in his streams. I'm watching, but he doesn't read chats. Yeah, he doesn't read chats as often as like some people do.
No,
because he's got so much to talk about that you can just sit there and listen. There's not a whole lot to say. It's like
100%.
Yeah, totally, dude. I'm right there with you, man.
Nah, love Alterna.
I still check out Alterna every now and then.
I enjoyed the first 9 issues of King Cryptid. I want to jump on and back the second course of it, but
I gotta check an order. I think I backed it, or I ordered something on his website to kind of think of it. And I don't know if I ever got it. I'm gonna go double check. I might not have pulled the trigger on it, but I'm pretty sure I did. And I'm gonna have to go back and double check.
King Cryptid's a good one to get in on, man.
King Cryptid's about all
those like old conspiracy theory monsters. Like,
it's like X-Files, but on the other side. You know, you got the government agents over here, and this is the other side of the X-Files.
Yeah. You get it from the perspective of the monsters, not really the people that are going after them and trying to, uncover that they're real or whatnot.
Yeah. And man, I wish there were a few people still in Alterna, because I don't see them. I know that oh my God, the vacuum cleaner head guy. What was the name of that one?
Horace H. Hoover.
Horace H. Hoover. I know that he just put out a new book, but I haven't seen it anywhere, and I'm not sure where to get it. But that one was one that I really liked, and that one is out now. He's got a new issue. The Wolf and Batsy. I know he's had a couple of issues come out since they left Alterna, and I bought everything he had in Alterna, which are all reprints that this guy had done for years now. He had put them all in Alterna, but he had more to go, and then he left Alterna, and now he's still putting them out, and I don't know where to get them. I don't see him anywhere. There's been a bunch that, like, Can't Kill Cade. That was one I was really waiting for the finale, but then that guy left Alterna right before his finale. Like, that's a stupid move, man. They'll finish the thing. Go do a trade paperback later if you must on your own. But you're on Alterna. You have issues 1, 2, 3. There's only one left. Just finish it off, man. Whatever beef you have or problem, finish off the series.
Oh, 100%. How dare you?
I don't know what the details are behind all that, but
I can't really say anything now.
As a backer, I was a little bit pissed. Like, I don't know whatever happened there while you left Alterna, but that kind of slapped me in the face because I've been supporting you every issue. So leaving Alterna and then disappearing kind of is like, what the hell, man?
Do you remember Jason David Frank?
The name sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. Fucking Tommy.
It's been 3 years since his passing, man.
I did not realize that it's been 3 years. I forgot that he even passed away.
Yeah, he committed schmermicide you know, after depression and everything like that. But he was supposed to have a Kickstarter, a campaign funding for his little movie project coming out called Legend of the White Dragon, you know, mixing White Tiger and, you know, the Green Dragon. And it was going to be something different, but the ones who were like producing it was Bat in the Sun, you know, the guys with the superpower beatdowns.
Mm-hmm.
But after they raised like 200, well, maybe $200,000, they weren't able to get it going or whatever. You know, they didn't make enough money. So Bat in the Sun got Jason David Frank to start promoting and everything, and they got $4 million for the campaign.
Whew. What happened to it?
And then after Jason's passing, 3 years, we have not seen Legend of the White Dragon. And so everybody's getting on this guy's case called Aaron Schonke, the guy he's the behind the scenes director of Bat in the Sun. And so he hasn't shown anything and just keeps on. What's going on, Mo?
Hey, what's going on, Mo?
How it be?
We're paying our respects.
Yes.
3 years. I don't remember what day what it was that he passed, but Green Ranger.
Well, his birthday just passed, so he would have been 50 this year. And
damn.
But
no way.
Anyway,
I was a little kid and when he was Green Ranger. So he's only 10 years older than me?
Yeah, not that far.
Damn.
Aaron Schonke sounds like if Peter was a porn star.
That's not my porn star name. Get on OnlyFans.
But yeah, Aaron Schonke has not released the book, and he's had for $4 million, he's had thousands of backers to support this campaign. And you haven't seen one iota of the film. You see the trailer around, but you do not see the film after 3 years. And he just keeps on ducking all the backers and fans of Jason Frank. It's looking like a grift at this point.
Man, it might not have started off as a grift, but it sounds like he should refund people. I don't know. How long has it been going?
It's been 3 years.
Oh, I did see this video. I watched this video. Is that what he's talking about? I didn't know what they were talking about. So I was like.
So this guy right here is Aaron Schonke, the director, the guy behind Bat in the Sun, the superpower beatdowns. And so he's on Kickstarter right now trying to get a new campaign going where people will fund his superpower beatdown his videos. And he's asking ridiculous amounts of money to get these things going when he never needed it to do it in the first place.
Because, well, now hold on. When I watched this video, I do have something to say about that. But first, what's that Mo Biggs is saying right here?
Let's see. He says, I knew it was going downhill when I heard the rumor that he hired Rob Hunter as a campaign advisor.
And now I agree with everything they say in this video, but there is a little bit they attack some points, and I'm like, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's hear this one real quick.
Afterwards, everyone just hopping on here. We have 4 days left on the Kickstarter. It's going amazing. We hit our goal. We're reaching our next stretch goal, which is incredible. Thankful to all of you. I'm excited to do this beatdown and the rest of the beatdowns on this season of beatdown. It's very, very cool. A lot of great stuff we have planned. We're actually doing a fitting for Black Panther next month and already getting costumes sized up for the rest of the beatdown. So lots of progress is being made. I'm so grateful to all you guys, and let's just keep going on this journey. Can't wait to be churning out some more new beatdowns. Let's go. Contribute here, click the link, and let's make some awesome stuff happen together. Hey.
So wait a second. He's already doing the fittings for the Black Panther and the Black Ranger, but he needs the money in order to unlock it, but he's already fitting for the costumes. So what are you doing here? Why do you still need money when you already are fitting for the costumes? One does not acquire costumes if one does not intend to film with said costumes. What are you going to do? Return them back to Amazon at the end?
I now
this is true.
I disagree with the sentiment. because
Okay.
while he might be fitting a costume, the money doesn't necessarily mean it's going towards the costume. He might be unlocking that, you know. I don't know anything about that guy or this whole campaign. I just saw that video today, and now you're explaining
Sure.
what that video was even about. But
Uh-huh.
you just watching that video earlier, I had no idea what they were talking about, but it seemed to me like so he has a stretch goal. He wants to unlock the stretch goal. He's already like fitting a costume, but that's not where all the money's going. He's got to pay for whatever, like staff or whatever to film the stuff, right? Actors, lighting or whatever, equipment. The money could be going to a million different things in a video. So
yeah, but you don't make that your stretch goal then if you're already trying to attain it.
No. If you've already got, he might have, like you said, he had money coming for this campaign because he had that actor support it. So he might have all this stuff covered. That money might be going towards like the shooting of it or something. You know what I mean? Like he might have that part, the costume part of it covered.
Right. Who knows what that actual budget is? The wig ain't cheap.
I mean, that's true
He
too.
might have gone into debt producing the stuff in his crowdfunding to pay off the debt.
That's possible too. But he could be completely fucking rich and not need any money. But you're not making money off of videos, so the crowdfunding aspect, the stretch goals might not be to be unlocking the actual stretch goal. It might be to unlock, something else to stay above the red. You know what I mean? The one thing about like crowdfunding is I need this much money to unlock this stretch goal. But if you're making millions or you're making hundreds of thousands or something, you might start looking like, okay, I can actually cover these stretch goals. But if I get these stretch goals, well, then I can start to work on the next stretch goal. You know what I mean? To be able to knock that one out once I get that funding.
Well, the thing is that with the Legend of the White Dragon, they raised $4 million. Okay. And the problem with that is that originally he was going to direct everything for like $50,000 or whatever. But as soon as 4 million was hit, now Aaron Schoenke of Bat in the Sun wants $2 million. He wants half of the campaign budget to direct and produce the thing that was already going to take place before he made that money.
Yeah. And that does sound shady. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in regards to the video we just watched, his argument about why are we crowdfunding this thing that he's apparently already fitting people for. I don't agree with that idea. Now, are these beatdowns? I am not familiar with any of this shit. Are these beatdown videos any good? Those look like Master Chief.
So what he does with the beat downs is exactly what it sounds like. He puts two heroes or anti-heroes against each other, pits them against each other, and see who comes out on top. But they're like live action fight sequences, right? They're fight scenes. Okay. So he's done because with Jason David Frank, he's done the Green Ranger versus Ryu from Street Fighter. He's done the White Ranger versus Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. He's done Nightwing versus Daredevil. He's done Wolverine versus
I've seen the Wolverine one.
He's done Darth Vader versus.
Now that I think about it, that's like Wolverine versus Predator, right? Before the comic book came out.
Beatdowns. And I've been following Henry Resilient for a long time now, and
he did Green Ranger versus who?
Stuff.
Huh? And so the only one I recognize is the Green Ranger up there. Are there any other actors or actresses?
Yeah, this was Adam. This is Johnny Bosch. He's a voice actor now, but he was the Black Ranger after Zach left.
The one in the blue?
No, the one in the black.
Where? I don't see. I'm seeing 5. I'm seeing 6 people.
This right here is Johnny Young Bosch.
He's the guy that played Black Ranger in the movie? Yeah. Because that's who took over.
That's him.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can kind of see it.
And then this one was a Ranger from, I think, Time Force.
Oh, who cares about Time Force?
And then, these girls are from later ones. I think like Wild Force or Lost Galaxy.
They're like the Mocha girls of the Power Rangers. Yeah.
The White Dragon sounds like some Clancroft shit. Who's his sidekick? The Grand Wizard? Oh man. Peter's confused about seeing a Black Ranger who isn't black, right?
Yeah, that was me when I was like in 3rd grade and I'm watching a Power Ranger movie and there's a new Power Ranger on there.
What next? A Yellow Ranger who isn't Asian?
Yeah, and they pulled that they pulled that switcheroo right before the movie came out. They did that all weird thing where they got a new cast, and now the movie comes out. Nobody wanted to see that cast. Everybody wanted the original cast. So that Power Ranger movie was like what the fuck? Ivan Ooze was the only cool thing about that movie.
Well, you know all the background stuff that happened there, don't you? Like, you know,
I know that they wanted their contracts. They were like, I'm getting gypped, and now we're going to Hollywood. And because they got gypped, because they were unhappy about getting gypped with the franchise, that they just got canned, and they got a whole new cast, and they made them movie stars, which is a dick move.
Oh, 100%.
Also, Green Ranger stuck it through, and look at him. Look what he made. Oh, wait.
Well, he was the most popular one. How could he not be famous?
Yeah, but I mean,
after Green with Evil, I mean, it was.
I don't know, man. I got a few things I could say that are like the guy.
Yeah,
you know,
Amy Jo.
The guy, ended it, right?
Yeah.
Was it because of the Power Rangers? Was it because of this?
I think it was because of a lot of stuff. Like he was
Hey, what's up,
from
Stanley?
what I've heard, him and his wife were having issues, and he was having issues with Legend of the White Dragon. Hasbro and Boom and everybody was screwing him over left and right. They just wanted his face to sell stuff, right? So it was just coming down on him, and he was tired of it. So
well, he showed them. They're still making money. I can go to Walmart and I find his face everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's not there to like contest it.
But if you want to check out more of the stuff that has to do with Legend of the White Dragon and backers being duped and everything, go to Henry Resilient Clips, because he covers everything that has to do with the Power Ranger fandom, basically, and some other stuff. But his main bread and butter is following Legend of the White Dragon and Aaron Schoenke of Bat in the Sun, and having not only past actors and actresses that worked with Aaron calling him out for some nefarious shit that he did in the past, like not paying them while they were working on the videos, even though he was making money off of them. And then
when you get a $4 million campaign and you're making videos, God, man, it almost seems like what a waste. Because it's cool that they're making fan films, but $4 million what the fuck was that thing that they ended up getting? The Kung Fury. Kung Fury didn't even come close to making that much money. That dude not only made he made enough money to hire David Hasselhoff to make a music video. And the music video made enough money, from what I understand, the music video made enough money for him to make a 30-minute film. And then I think he even went and made a part 2, which I think, or he's working on a part 2. He did something extra after that. But there was nowhere near $4 million.
Oh, yeah. But because of the absence of Legend of the White Dragon, and you can see he's done some. Aaron Schoenke trying to act like he's supposed to be in the movie Legend of the White Dragon, and apparently he's a very bad actor.
So this channel is like criticizing that guy making that.
Oh yeah,
campaign?
Criticizing Aaron, criticizing Bat in the Sun.
Oh, okay. It sounds entertaining, but I'm kind of personally done with this kind of shit. You know what I mean? More power to you, man. Call them out. I'm all for it, but I'm so done. I'm just saying,
if you like Trash Cast, you might enjoy this.
Yeah, or if you like JDA, I'm just kidding. Like there's no comparison there. But no, if you like quartering, you know what I mean, or Geeks and Gamers, Trash Cast is not this. This is like clickbaity fucking bullshit. Trash Cast would be the one making fun of this kind of stuff. Now, clearly the guy needs to be called out, but this like still lying. You know, that's how many times did we see what's her name from Miss Marvel or the Captain Marvel?
Yeah,
Brie Larson. How many fucking thousands of thumbnails have I looked at with fucking Brie Larson's face on it? And have I clicked on any of them? I don't. Maybe one. I did not give a shit about Brie Larson and all that crap. Yeah, I understood the argument, but
Mo.
What's he saying?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not
This
wrong,
is
Mo.
what people who don't watch Trashcast think Trashcast is.
No. I watch Trashcast. I love Trashcast, but this is not what Trashcast is. It's not like both are bad. Spoiler alert. Everything sucks. You know what I mean? Trashcast is calling out this kind of shit.
Yeah, but
so
the
I
thing
think
is,
it's like both wrong in that sense.
so Aaron Schoenke's dad is like a musical director or whatever for Legend of the White Dragon. Well, he created the theme for what was going to be used for Batman Beyond, right? And all he did for Legend of the White Dragon was repurpose the Batman Beyond theme for Legend of the White Dragon. It's the same rhythm.
Funny.
It's the same melodic symphony. It's the same beat, everything. And so people are really upset that it just feels like everything's being shortchanged for what's supposed to be Jason's legacy after he passed away.
Oh, yeah. Mo Biggs is agreeing with me. My bad. It's been a long week. My brain doesn't work anymore. It still kind of works.
Here's to that.
Yeah. It still kind of works to the point where I'm like, don't just like look at this and I'm like, okay, yeah, call out a fucking like somebody who's like screwing people over. I'm totally down for that. But then I look at this and I'm like, oh wait, no, he's just another one of those. They're both wrong. Like both sides of this fucking coin are dirty.
But
dirty, Jake.
I've been following it. It entertains me. I don't know why, but it does.
I mean, it's there. Entertainment's entertainment, man. Whatever you can get.
Right.
It's worth it.
Before we welcome Stanley, thanks for joining us.
I'm trying to get caught up on the conversation. I don't know who this is, so I don't know anything about him.
So basically, a guy had the Green Ranger promote his campaign. He's trying to make these live action videos where Power Rangers go against like Ryu and all this. He's doing like a crowd fund, and because he got the Green Ranger involved, he was able to make $4 million. Well, he still hasn't made the project that he's supposed to be making. In the meantime, he's asking for another $2 million, now, even though now the Green Ranger is passed and no longer with this. And so he's still trying to raise more money so that he can do this extra shit, right? But that stretch goal he's asking for that extra money, he's already basically paid for because he's talking about how he's doing, he's like, I'm like tailoring costumes and stuff. Well, if you're raising money to tailor costumes, how are you paying to tailor it? I disagree with the sentiment that like the stretch goals there, and it might not necessarily be to pay for that particular stretch goal. Like you might have a little extra cash from $4 million to pay for a tailor to make a costume. The stretch goal might be to set up the next stretch goal. So he's asking for money, and this other channel was calling it out, saying, "Well, why is he asking for money to do this thing when he's clearly talking about how he's making the costumes already? What does he need the money for?" Well, because he's like looking ahead. He's like trying to not go in the red. He's already in the green. So he's trying to stay there.
Is that any different than what? Is that any different than what we try and make people do in the indie circuit? Like have 10 pages to show off before somebody comes and backs a book.
Now the catch is, the thing they should be saying is, why the fuck hasn't this come out in 3 years? The actor died 3 years ago. So why are you still raising money for something, and you haven't produced? You're still asking for money. That's the question they should be asking.
From a financial standpoint. Like I would, one thing that immediately comes to mind, and I'm sorry if I'm going to get businessy about it, but let's be real. Call a spade a spade. He had the Green Ranger. He obviously killed the Green Ranger.
He's responsible.
he didn't capitalize on it. And I know, like, that's a terrible thing to say. I get it.
He might
whatever.
have.
But
That
like,
might be-
I mean, he was obviously like, this was one of that guy's last projects. This is where this guy is going to be at his peak as far
It's
as
too
his
much for
media
him.
value. Yeah, this guy making this thing where he worked with the Green Ranger, and I'm not condoning that kind of action, but you don't wait 3 years to ask for $2 million to finish a project. You hammer that thing out, but quick.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that thing,
Especially when you
I'm
make $4
sorry.
million off
Green
of it.
Ranger
You do
dies,
everything to
you
get
have
it
him on
done.
his last project, you fucking get that thing out the door.
Well, here's the thing. It's because of this project. This is my conspiracy theory here, right? It's called the White Dragon. Now, everybody knows this Green Ranger was the Green Dragon, right? But he became purified because Green Ranger was evil, inherently evil. So eventually he became purified and became the White Tiger, right? So what they did was they're crossing White and Green Dragon Zord, and you see that crossing essentially is what killed him, drove him insane, because you cannot cross the two. The Green Ranger was inherently evil, and he was purified to the White Ranger. Bringing him back to the dragon, that must have fucked his head up something fierce. And you know what I mean? I would also, in that situation, do similar.
I'm on my phone. I can't read these, so if he's talking shit about me, I need to know.
No, you're good. You're good so far. He says, "I'm sorry if I'm going to get businessy about it. Here comes the hibbity jibbity. Let's call a spade a spade." Damn, he took it to Bancroft's level with slurs.
No shit. Speaking of Bancroft, I was in his chat the other day, and he tried to set me straight, but we showed him. I forget what I said. It was some whimsical quip to, "Oh yeah, I'm doing my show like I always do. I'm at the same time, like Mo Big says all the time. I'm always doing my show. I ain't stealing your ideas."
Is that when you called him out for stealing your idea?
Yeah, and he said, "Oh right, I'm doing my same idea that I've been doing forever, and now I'm stealing your idea." And I said,
"I thought there was two of you."
And I said, "I mean, who could say? Maybe you stole my idea. Maybe you didn't. You say this or that. You've been doing it forever, and we've been doing it for a while. And who could say?" And he's like, "I've been doing it for over a year. I've been doing it for years." And I'm like, "Yeah, but who could say? Who could say?
Who could say?
Who could say?"
Nah, Bancroft's a good dude. Like we were reminiscing about some of the stuff that we've done on this channel for the past year, because the year's coming to a close. We're just reminiscing about stuff that has happened, and we talked about
Cheers to that.
We talked about our first Grody review with Jeremy Thevenot's Beckoned Recourse, and with Von Coleman's Phenomenova. Talked about
Pitter Patter. It's been about a year, right? Yep. Pitter Patter, that last video, was that summer or was that in the winter time?
That was in the winter, because I was in the garage.
Yeah.
When we were doing that, I had like my stupid, like, I'm froze ass, like my little still going on. I remember all that. Those were good times.
Pitter Patter's been going on for about a year. So, and now we're going to be in the next issue. See what a year can do?
I can't wait.
I can't wait either, man. He still posts his stuff. Anybody wants
going
to
on
see?
I love that this is not a 2025 thing. I love that we're stacking for 2026, because that's one of the things I'm most proud of already for 2026.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fucking awesome. Ah, dude, and taking the pictures and everything, how it built up to that. It went from like looking at a book, a random book on Indiegogo, trash talking it,
talking shit,
and then kind of being like, I started getting swayed by it. I bought it, and I was like, holy shit, and I took some shit, and I had to buy another copy to send to Jake to prove that it wasn't bad. It was really, really good. And then it took forever, and we're still convincing people. But Zombie Boy, he bought it. He read it.
You should have seen it. You should have seen the way he tried to convince me. I have it on video, and this dude refuses to let me release the video.
Yeah, because I can't
even talk about it on live, because we'll get in trouble, because it's all illegal or whatever.
Illegal, they say.
No, you could totally put it on this channel. We'd happily show it.
But maybe that's not a bad idea. We might play the video on this channel, but
just release it on your channel instead. That's That's kind of smooth, actually.
Yeah.
You got to do a fair trade, though. Then you got to do a video for his channel.
And then we reached out to him, and he is like actually really cool about it. And I explained it to him like, hey, man, we talked a lot of shit about your book, but then I bought it and was completely blown away. And I really want to get you on to talk about your book. But be forewarned, like we did talk some shit about it. And he was like, no, man, I totally appreciate that you're being honest with me and everything. And yeah, I get that you would talk shit about the artwork. But that's like my style, and I've got a reason. I was like, dude, I totally get it. Your style works perfect with that story.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came on the show. We're all friends, and he's like, I want you guys to be in the next issue, and we're going to be in the next issue. And I'm fucking excited about that. We went and took pictures this summer.
That page with the three of us in it is so banger.
It's so funny, man.
That thing is getting framed and hung on my wall.
No 100%. Shit, right? It's got to get framed. I got to frame that's like some of my
that is an achievement. All the YouTube stuff, like I collect things here and there from the YouTube stuff.
Yep.
That one is going. Yeah, that one's going in the collection.
Hell yeah, that was fun.
So that my daughter and my grandkids, when I am long gone, they can look back on my legacy and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, if you go to page 35 or something, look at here, you got Grampy's like killing cows and with food sticks or whatever."
Yeah, that's right up. That's right up Grampy Stanley's. That's his thing. Dude,
that's gonna be fun. That was one of my biggest highlights of the year. Was like the whole Pitter Patter saga, you know. And I cannot wait for the next one to come out so we can promote the hell out of it.
You ain't lying. Like, this is a page from it. I'm showing a page.
Yeah, show it. There it is. Look at that.
Artie, you should have asked first. That ain't right.
No, I've already shown.
That's the one that's going on the wall. I'm framing that one.
Yep.
He has posted this on Twitter or Facebook a few times. He's totally fine to share this.
Is that Mo's message? Get Mo's message out of my face, please.
Hold on. What does it say? What does it say,
no one cares.
All right, so the first one that I wasn't able to read says, "Don't think I haven't noticed you and Bancroft fighting over the same slot the night where I'm too busy."
I want to call my show the Fighting Over Mo Biggs.
Yeah, you have to read the physical copy to understand the brilliance. They put some brainwashing chemical in the ink. It doesn't translate digitally.
Yeah, that's right. You got to read it. You kind of like you feel it.
I want you guys to be in the next issue. The photo shoot will take place at Jonestown. Free Kool-Aid.
Waco, bro. I'm in Waco. I don't need to go to Jonestown. I'm already here.
Oh, man. But yeah,
when he comes back on, I can't even see the picture because I'm freaking blind. But I'm dressing this. The lab coat and all that. I'm dressing in that when he comes in. Like, we all need to dress our role when he releases this and we have him on. We all need to dress like this.
Like,
100%.
This is funny. If you can zoom in, Jake, I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but like that's a funny picture. But if you look at the pile of bodies, I'm like half the dead bodies in that. Just because I went crazy, dude. I took
I think we submitted like 3, maybe.
And I fucking took like 100 pictures. Like, bro, you want me doing this angle? I give him every angle you could possibly want. That's so fucking funny. The 3 of us right there.
Food sticks.
He got the proportions pretty good, except that you got like 6 inches on me.
Yeah, well, I do have 6 inches on you in real life.
Well, you do now.
I like that he nailed the crick in your neck. Like perfect. And he's got my majestic stance like down. I like that.
He did, yeah. And Savannah, my daughter, did a pose for one of those dead bodies, and she did the that pose that like always happens on Family Guy whenever they like die. They have that weird like thing that they always do where the leg is always turned weird in the hand. So she's doing that pose for that one. That's the Easter egg.
If you look right here, you see Peter. This is Peter's face.
Yeah, and then that's my
here. This is Peter. This is his face.
Oh yeah, and down to the left a little.
If you look here, this is Peter's face. If you look here, this is Peter's face.
This is very reminiscent, by the way, of a lot of the pictures I've seen Peter do, like professionally.
Over the years, yeah, these are my professional photo.
If you look here, this is Stanley.
And then that's my ass in the middle right there. Right, like,
yep, I recognize that ass.
Right here.
That's my ass, totally.
Yeah, he put my face right by your ass.
That's where it belongs.
And then here I am right here. Yeah, dude. We're all over this thing. This is awesome.
Oh man, this is gonna be a funny book.
I'm gonna get that jacket, and I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, I need that. I'm wearing those pants right now.
That's how he does it though, Mo. Mo says,
it's just like your driver. Just like that time that we got had to go to court.
Oh fuck! Tell that story, dude, because I'll be right back. But that's a funny
all right.
story.
Yeah, this is totally true. Get Mo out of my face. So check. So check. When we were not that long ago, like it was like mid-20s. So we were in Corpus Christi, and we would go to the skate park in Portland all the time to go skate at the skate park. And it would be like me, Peter, my friend, my girlfriend at the time. We would always go to the skate park. So we go to the skate park one day, and it's like a little hazy outside. Like there's a little bit of I don't know, cloud cover. So they shut down the skate park every time there's any kind of rain. And we would go in, we would pay to go in and all this stuff. And you had to pay like a mile away, like a half mile away. You had to go pay at the rec center and then drive over to the skate park. So we drove over there and they wouldn't let us in. They said, nope, it's going to rain. We're like, no, it's not, dude. Come on. This is not even fog. It's nice. This is nice weather for skating.
Okay.
So, but they denied us. They said, no, you're not allowed to. And we were like, this is perfect weather. This is not 110 degrees. This is wonderful weather to go to the skate park. We're only going to be there for an hour. So we're going to the skate park. So they didn't charge us. We were just like, okay, fine. You want to charge us? Fine. So we go to the skate park. The gate's locked. We jump the fence and we go and skate. And Peter in particular, he's kind of chilled out, he's not doing a whole lot. He's just kind of standing there with his skateboard for most of the day, not doing a whole lot, just chilling. At one point, he steps on the skateboard, and then he immediately picks it. He doesn't even skate. He doesn't drop into the bowl or anything. So because you have to pay a half a mile away, the way that they're set up is they've got the video camera at the building a half mile away, focusing on the skate park. And it doesn't film, it records in 15-second increments. So every 15 seconds, there's a new still shot. They take a snapshot every 15 seconds. So the cops come and they issue us all citations for having broken into the skate park. It's theft of service. So they give us all tickets on the whole thing. We got to go to court to fight our violation of having, stolen services, broken into the skate park. So we go to court, and when we're in court, they come to us and they're they're just going to file this. They don't want to talk to us. They just want to go through, issue the fines. Are you guilty? Are you not? They don't care what anybody has to say. They get to us, and it's the three of us, or the four of us, whatever it was. We're all sitting in line. We're all together, and they're like, all right, you guys broke into the skate park. And we're all allegedly.
Yeah, we weren't skating.
We're trying to spot this.
We weren't skating in the skate.
We were just hanging out.
Skate park.
Yeah, so they go and they flip on this old fucking 1980s Magnavox TV with the VCR player in it. They go and they switch on the camera, and they're showing these 15-second increments. And it starts off way zoomed back, a mile away, showing the skate park, and there's some people in the skate park. And then every 15 seconds, it gets a little closer and a little closer and a little closer, like they're zooming in.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting there sweating it out, oh, are they going to get us? Yeah. Did they get us? We hadn't seen this footage. We don't know. And then they zoom in, and they're the judge is bored.
They zoom in
as it's zooming in. Well, as it's zooming in, they're like, fuck this. Stanley, you can go. My girlfriend, Leanne, at the time, you can go. We don't care. Actually, I think she had to pay. But the one of them was my friend Nick. He was wearing a light blue shirt, and they said in the thing that it was a white shirt, but you can see in the video it's a blue shirt. So they're like, well, it's a blue shirt, so you can go. And then they keep zooming in, and Peter is standing there. In every frame, as they zoom in, he's standing there just holding the skateboard. He's got this blue Hawaiian shirt. It's obviously Peter, and he's standing there. In every frame, he doesn't move. And they zoom in, closer and closer and closer on Peter just holding his skateboard.
Just hold it. I'm not skating.
But he's not skating.
I'm not skating. You don't got shit on me, bro. I ain't skating.
Yeah, so the judge is like, oh, well, we don't see him skating. Like, literally, the judge says it. We don't see him skating. And then there's one shot of Peter putting the skateboard on the ground, and he puts his foot on it just to kind of like wrestle. He doesn't even skate. He just puts his foot on it.
I'm like kind of in the motion to like about to start
okay, you got a little bit of movement. So the judge is like, gotcha, you're fucked.
Yeah, and but then look at Peter. Not me. That's not me on the camera.
Yeah, Peter's like, no, you can't prove it. You got it. He was wearing a blue shirt. You can't prove it's me.
It's a blue Hawaiian shirt.
And they're looking at Peter in the video with the blue Hawaiian shirt, and it keeps zooming in. They look at Peter in the courtroom, and he's wearing a blue Hawaiian shirt. It's the same fucking shirt that he's wearing in the courtroom.
And the judge is like,
so they get him. They're like, dude, it's obviously you. You're wearing the same fucking shirt in the video that you're wearing in the courtroom. You're fine. $75 fine.
Shirt. That's my good shirt.
So we go to the little checkout thing to pay, and Peter pays the $75 fine, and they're like, "Well, we need to see your license, make sure too." So he hands him his driver's license, and in the photo of his driver's license, he's wearing the blue Hawaiian shirt. Like they could not have got him more dead to rights.
I think I burned that fucking shirt. That was the same shirt I had on my college ID also, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is like literally the fucking shirt that I wear all the time." That's funny. I actually do have that shirt somewhere, that blue Hawaiian shirt.
Mo Big says, is Stanley doing a bid, or is part 2 of How to Grow Your YouTube Channel about disavowing your only viewer?
Well, you can find out on How to Grow Your YouTube Channel.
My boy.
It's chapter 12. You can go in and How to Lose Your Only Subscriber.
Yes. That's towards the end of the book. You have to read the whole thing to get there.
Yeah, right towards the end there. Right about here. You get the How to Lose, disclaimer, How to Lose Your Only viewer.
Dude, that's epic. Thank you, dude.
Mo Big says, the story reminds me of Norm Macdonald's moth joke.
That's math joke, wasn't it? Wasn't it a math joke?
No, I said moth.
Oh,
the judge is bored. Joke. I sympathize with the judge.
It was pretty funny, man. Because I'm like, that's not me. And I'm like, bro, you're wearing the same fucking clothes.
For you see, the truth is that I have no brother. It was who I ate shit pie. It was I who ate shit pie. Clever twist at the end there. It was a moth joke.
Was it a moth joke?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
I'll look it up.
I know some.
I love Norm Macdonald. I don't remember that one. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Is that the one that
had like the driest humor? Even Brits didn't understand.
I love
Norm Macdonald. Oh man,
come on!
I started watching the 7 Bad Words, the fucking
by
George Carlin.
What's his name?
I started watching those. I started watching George Carlin with the girls, with my daughters, and I was like, the Bad Words joke uphold it lands the test of time. That's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
But some of the ones that I used to think, oh man, this guy's so fucking funny. This guy is so fucking brilliant. He's like a genius. Like the climate change one, like the people are fucked, like that one. That's not as funny as it used to be. Like 15 years ago, because it's too real now, I guess. I don't know. Like back then, it was great. His humor was really spot on back then. Nowadays, I'm like watching it going like, damn, bro, I wonder if you would make these jokes like knowing what the hell is going to happen in the next 10 years.
You know what? I got Jake, I was watching a video. I forget the name of that channel that you're talking about. It was the one that you cite as an inspiration. But I think you even actually they did the Peter Pan.
Hook.
Hook. That's the one. Yeah, Hook. So I watched that video today, and like they can't make movies like that today, and that really sucks.
Dude,
I know people have said that before, but I'm not coming to this realization late, but I am coming to the realization of just how bad it is.
Oh,
because dude, they can't make Idiocracy nowadays. They can't make Demolition Man today.
That's obvious. Idiocracy is obvious because even back then you couldn't make it. They tried to bury it back then.
Well, that's true, but Demolition Man, you couldn't make Lethal Weapon today.
No. That bullet scene, yeah, that would get a lot of people. But we're talking about like when it comes to Hook, we're talking about like the background sets versus just like AI slop, the CGI.
Yeah, that was a huge part of that conversation. I tell you what, I have never in my life lost more. As somebody who sat and waited for episode 1, I have never in my life had more of a. I don't even remember if he did episode 1. Fuck it, whatever. I saw the new Indiana Jones one, whatever. I have never in my life lost more respect for Steven Spielberg than I did when I heard that quote about Hook.
Actually, that's true, man. The sets on Hook were impressive. Those were really
Steven
good
Spielberg
sets.
And
he said that was his least. He said that's the part of the movie he would want to change. He specifically said, yeah, exactly. He specifically said that was the thing he hated most about making Hook was all the the Neverland scenes and the sets that they had to build. He said that they all they could do was paint trees to make it look like Neverland, whereas today you have these CGI sets. Like, fuck that.
That's part of the reason why that movie is so amazing compared to the bullshit today. That movie still holds up, man. That's a really good movie.
If you saw the new Peter Pan films, like Peter Pan and Wendy and all that stuff, it's just fucking New Zealand behind them.
But that's why there's no cult classics, like the cult following behind the modern
day shit. Which is actually one of the points that they make. That's one of the points that they make. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about something else. There has not been, like, every generation has a cult classic Christmas movie.
Yep.
But not in the last 15 years.
Well, they do. They do.
No, they don't.
It's the Hallmark Channel, which bleeds into the Chinese fucking network.
Oh, God.
Yeah, none of that holds the test of time against anything from.
It's not holding the test of time, but it's a cult classic right now. It's not going to hold the test of time.
Mo Biggs says Steven Spielberg's trying to out-retard his buddy George Lucas. Dude, it's all three of them. It's Steven Spielberg,
well said.
George Lucas, and James Cameron. All it is AI slop.
Yeah, man.
Now.
You know what? I got a good one for the George Lucas.
I love James Cameron. That's the worst.
So here's how I see George Lucas. He has a great visionary. He's a great visionary. He has great ideas. As Star Wars
in 1983.
No, hold up. Now the perfect example of what's wrong with George Lucas is Star Wars, and that he filmed this thing. He filmed all this extra shit, all these scenes. He filmed it in order, and it looked like when he tested it with audiences, it sucked. It took a bunch of editors to make Star Wars fucking awesome. So then they took away his directing and handed it to somebody else, and they filmed everything they needed to film, including a bunch of extra shit. The editors came, but it was a different director. His story, his idea, whatever, his IP. But then it still took a bunch of editors to make Empire Strikes Back amazing, amazing director.
Not
did
just
a great
the editors, the casting and the set design, like the character creation, all that stuff. Those guys do not get enough credit for that stuff.
Now, hold on. Now that was part of George Lucas. That's part of his brilliance, right? With Star Wars in particular, like his set design, his world building or whatever he did in cinematography was amazing.
But yes. But he handed those ideas to people who realized it in a good way.
No.
Because they did the same thing in episode 1, 2, 3, and it was not realized in the same manner.
We're not talking Star Trek. We're talking Star Wars. He established that universe in Star Wars. He did a great job establishing the world and the universe and the cinematography in that first movie. The problem was George Lucas sucks at telling a story, right? And now bring it back around and prove my point here. They had to hand that fucking directing off to this amazing guy who made Empire Strikes Back, using George Lucas to build his world that he built. They continued it on. They made it even better. Return of the Jedi, they fucking did an amazing job. So what do? When they fucking do an episode 1, George Lucas is like, all right, it's been 40 fucking years. I think I'm ready to fucking make a movie, right? So what does he do? He makes episode 1, and what's the worst part about episode 1 is the storytelling. It's George Lucas fucking editing his own, having his own movies edited. He tries to do his story. Come on, nobody cares about the fucking pod racing. Nobody cares about Jar Jar Binks. Like, he has to have all this weird shit that if he had left it to the editors.
Can you imagine having to be the editor on a Jar Jar Binks scene? I would fucking commit seppuku.
Now, here's even further proof. What happens after the episode 1, 2, and 3 that were all George Lucas, right? Which are not as good. They're not good. The good stories are there. The storytelling sucks in those movies. He ends up selling the whole franchise off, and we get a J.J. Abrams, and George Lucas throws his suggestions out there, and a J.J. Abrams kind of tries to respect it, but then that's a whole nother fucking thing. That last trilogy,
that's a different thing. I don't think he wasn't trying to respect them. He was trying to respect the fan base.
But George Lucas sucks at telling a story. That's Every true. Movie he fucking makes, the storytelling sucks. It could be so much better. His ideas are great. His world building is great. Cinematography, great. It's his fucking ability to tell the story sucks. And every movie he's ever done, it sucks. What's
going on, Jeremy?
Hey, what's going on, man? Sorry if I'm reading over you, Mo. They're going through your chats while I'm talking, but
yeah, Mo Big says, you know how Bill Burr got less and less funny the older he got and the more money he made? Same thing applies to the directors.
No.
Want proof of what he just said? Lawrence Kasdan, who made Empire for George, also wrote Force Awakens.
Wow, really?
I did not know that.
That's Force Awakens? I don't even remember.
That's the first one, but that's actually not the best example because all that is New Hope. So basically, what he's saying is the guy who wrote Empire Strikes Back, which is amazing, is the guy who basically took A New Hope and rewrote it into The Force Awakens.
And even despite that, I would still say it's one of the better ones of those.
Out of that trilogy, that is the best one.
Mo Big says a shitty version of A New Hope.
I agree. It is a shittier version of A New Hope. But it's
a copy of a copy.
That Rob Reiner sure is knucking futs.
Too soon.
I think
is that too soon?
Too soon.
I don't know. Did you see video of that guy? I was watching
Rob Reiner?
fucking that his son, right? That's the one with the fucking son.
Yeah.
That's not too soon. That guy fucking I wouldn't say he deserved it, but you were asking for it, bro. The guy went on he made a movie about his son's fucking problems and the drug problems and how he's so fucking glorious for making a movie about how
what movie was that?
Okay, so his son was
Stand By Me, I swear to God.
No. He fucking made a documentary or some shit about his son and his drug addiction and how he helped recover his son. And then he went on a fucking publicity tour. And if you watch his son in those fucking interviews, his son looks like he wants to cut his dad's throat. Like his dad is over here glorifying himself and fucking making his money in his movies and shit about his son's fucking problems.
Like Colonel Zaid says, Dickie Roberts, former child star.
Yeah, but, it's kind of funny when you watch that shit and you're like, yeah. Not that I'm not justifying it here, but if I was his son, I'd want to fucking kill my dad too.
It's so weird with pop culture, especially like nowadays. But sorry about the dogs. All right, enough. You have your opinions, I have mine. It's so weird. Like he's the guy who did Princess Bride.
Yeah, the best movie he ever did.
Yeah. Well, he had the best directorial run of like any director, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't know that shit, but like I just saw that like on a fucking whatever media post But
Princess
like
Bride was
seriously,
great.
he had Princess Bride. What were the movies like? He had like a run of like 6 years there where it was like
exactly Princess Bride.
no. He had like 6 movies that he did like over the or like
there were
like
a couple,
whatever 6 movies in the course of 8 years. It was that like
he had a couple that were good. Princess Bride is the only one that anybody knows and remembers.
Harry Met Sally. No, that's not true. That's not true.
No,
It's
there
all,
was a
it
couple
was a bunch of movies that I was like, I had no idea he did that.
Yeah.
I just want to know how James Cameron got so many accolades for Avatar.
Because because the one thing that James Cameron is good at is advancing
people with a submarine.
Advancing the technology and cinematography. Like with Avatar 1, they literally had to refit every movie theater in the country to be able to play Avatar in 3D, whatever, like without the red and the fucking green lens, the red and blue lenses or whatever. Like they had, just like George Lucas refit theaters with Dolby surround sound. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys that really brought technology to the forefront and paid the price to make movie technology better, so that everybody else after him could then basically ride that fucking wave. That's why Avatar was one of the top biggest sellers. It's this new technology.
I was still trying to get my degree in theater when I was in college when Avatar came out, and that was like 2008, 2009. Yeah. And everybody in the theater, in the green room, was talking about Avatar. And I saw Avatar, and I was not impressed.
I mean, it's like George Lucas pushing to the CGI in episode 1. So it's like this. He pushes all this money into episode 1 to make this top-notch CGI. It was really good CGI. But he basically made it affordable for everybody after him. Once he put the money and the investment into the technology, then the technology was able to be cheaper and more affordable for everybody after him. The same with James Cameron and that 3D technology or whatever, 3D filmography. Yeah, you get 2 IMAX cameras, you put them together, and you got there's a little more to that, but basically that's kind of what he did.
But basically that's all.
Yeah, but look at it this way.
Basically all he did, but
he did Jurassic Park, which was phenomenal and original. You know, it came from
Spielberg.
A book. It came from a book, granted,
James
but it was
Cameron?
Original.
No, James Cameron didn't do Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
Oh, he did Terminator 2. My bad.
Terminator 2, Aliens 2.
He did Terminator 2, which was phenomenal. First Terminator, also phenomenal.
Yes.
And then when you had those 2 original ideas, you come out with Avatar, and everybody's praising it. I was not impressed, but as soon as I gave my opinion that this thing was nothing but Pocahontas in space, you could hear a pin drop in the theater.
That's exactly how I thought about it. It was Pocahontas in space. CGI was okay. It was pretty cool, but the movie itself, like, name one quote in that movie and in Avatar. Can you quote any line from that movie?
No.
Nobody can, because that movie's not quotable. It's like, yeah, it was a landmark in cinematography and technology, but you can actually quote Terminator. You can quote Aliens. The
only thing I remember from Avatar is the main character's name was Jake. That is the only thing that I got.
I didn't even remember that much. But it makes sense.
Funny story in the first Christopher Nolan Batman movie. So you remember the scene where they're in the jail? There's the guy in the jail that's got the cell phone in his belly that blows up.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Night.
The cop who is talking to him.
Yeah.
When that happens, he was actually in the same cop was actually in the very first Batman movie back in the 70s, just by sheer coincidence. That guy's the cop's
Batman
name.
Movie?
Yeah, he was a younger character, whatever. He was an older guy or whatever. But that actor's name is Stanley Borchard.
Wow.
For years, I tried to figure out to run some kind of joke with that. I couldn't figure it out, but man, I tried.
Yeah, Feels
that's
Mo
funny.
Big says he wrote Terminator, Aliens, and Rambo 2 over the course of 6 weeks, and then he burned all of his great ideas.
So here's the thing with James Cameron.
He
He has
didn't
this weird
write
trajectory.
Terminator. Maybe Terminator 2, Aliens, yes. Rambo 2. I didn't know he did Rambo 2, which that's actually a good. That's a good movie though.
James Cameron has a weird trajectory, like, and this is not mine. I'm paraphrasing somebody.
Yeah,
I'm paraphrasing something I heard.
Another.
James Cameron was a better director when he was not an environmentalist. When he was afraid of water.
Yeah,
you see it with there was that movie where the water is like the alien species or something. It's the bad guy in the movie. You see it with the Titanic, and the water is the thing that kills everybody. In Terminator 2, it's not water, but he's in the liquid metal going down. That's like the thing that kills the Terminator, is this liquid.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole thing about in James Cameron movies, like prior to like the year 2000, he was afraid of water. And he actually was. He had a fear of water. Then he became an environmentalist, which I like that. But
I don't.
He started doing these deep dives, like these submersibles. He was the one that owned that submarine a couple years ago that fucking imploded or whatever. He had something to do with that. He'd been on it or something like that.
No. He did not own that. He did not have anything to do with that. He was like friends with the guy, but that guy was like a separate thing. James Cameron actually.
I'm not trying to tarnish him.
Okay,
I'm not trying to tarnish it, but I'm saying that he then, like in the early 2000s, he started to like get into like he started doing like those submarine dives. He started doing all this stuff, and you start seeing it in his movies, like Avatar, where he's no longer afraid of water, and it's no longer or liquid, and it's no longer the bad guy. It's actually the protagonist of like the Avatar movies.
Oh, and that's why he has like Avatar Way of Water.
For whatever reason, like however that ties in, his storytelling like follows this trajectory of his like fear of water, and it got lame. He was like when that happened.
But it was like in his 20s. He's like, this is going to be the trajectory of my life, and I'm going to make these movies where water is the protagonist, and then eventually I'm going to make Avatar 2, where water is now my friend and the actual hero of the story. Or the antagonist. The antagonist. Water's the antagonist, and then eventually my story arc where the water will be the.
We're going to bring that. Yeah, the course of my careers. We're bringing the villain story arc or whatever.
When I die, they'll make a gravestone site out of water as a completion of the story of my life. That swear to God, you're right. That is how they're going to do it. That's how those weirdos do shit. And you know what it's going to be? It's going to be when the polar fucking magnetosphere, the poles flip.
Here we go.
The Earth flips, and that's how James Cameron's going to go. That's his fucking his tombstone is when the Earth flips, and he gets buried under a fucking 1,000 metric tons of water.
He's going to be the one that gets hit by the wave, and he's going to be like that guy on Waterworld that's in the oil tank. He's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
In the wave.
Oh, thank God. And then he gets blown up. Yeah, that's going to be James Cameron.
Mo Biggs quoting Stanley says, that's cool. I like that he became an environmentalist. Stanley speaking from his heart, his iron heart.
I don't like that he became an environmentalist. I think that James Cameron would do okay back in the day, but then eventually got like political. And you know what would have made Avatar better if it was less political? Same movie, but with less preaching about bullshit, right?
Dude, all these movies nowadays, they so miss the mark. Avatar, Jurassic Park are the premier examples where, like, who's the bad guy in Jurassic Park? It ain't the fucking dinosaurs, and it's supposed to be. Avatar should be the exact same way.
Now, hold on a minute.
It doesn't have to be a political statement. Just give me a fucking dinosaur movie where the dinosaurs can be the bad guy and as scary as they're supposed to
be. In the book, it wasn't the dinosaurs. But in the movie, it was the velociraptors were the bad guys in Jurassic Park.
First one. That's one of the reasons why Jurassic Park 1 was so good. Is they're not trying to shove some you know what I mean, like
Nidri was the bad guy, and the velociraptors were the bad guys. Like Hammond is
and now it's the corporations. Now it's the people are the bad guys, and we're just trying to let the dinosaurs live and trying to help them.
In the book, it was like that. The Hammond was the bad guy, clearly. But
I'm not talking about the first one. The first one is the greatest movie of all time, and one of the greatest books of all time. I'm talking about Jurassic World, I guess. Like the new Jurassic World movies, they completely missed the mark by trying to hammer home this idea of like, we're safe. The dinosaurs are actually good. It's the same thing like what you're talking about with all the Disney movies, where they try to like take the villains and they're like, this is their redemption arc. Like fuck all that. Sometimes the bad guy is the bad guy.
Is right, and I don't know if it's a misprint or mistyped or whatever, but he's also kind of wrong. Says, guys, I'm erasing all the shit Terminator movies from canon, which is what I'm all about, to make an even shittier one that makes the first two not count. Now wait a minute.
Yeah, no, he's right. No, the third one was suck ass.
Yeah. The third one sucked ass, but that wasn't Cameron's movie. I thought he did the second one.
James Cameron did the first one and the second one, and then he came back. I think
Cameron didn't do the first one, did he?
James Cameron did the first one.
I thought he did the second one.
That was like his first film.
I thought he did the second one. I thought he did Aliens 2. I thought his thing was like jumping on sequels. But he didn't do the third one.
He didn't do the third one. That was given out to somebody.
Okay. Now, I will say this
is fucking miserably.
Now, well, the other part to what I was going to say to that was Terminator Salvation was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good. I liked Salvation a bit, but I actually liked Dark Fate up until the last third act.
I like Dark Fate up until the after the first 30 minutes. Well, as soon as like young John Connor was over, I was like,
trailer. As soon as you see that one actor that was the bad guy in Dark Fate, as soon as he's in any film, you're like, that's the bad guy. He just
but then you got to look at the good guys and go like, I can't fucking get behind these bitches.
And there weren't any good guys.
The fact that they had, I like that they had young John Connors. They're trying to like do like an actual sequel to the original part 2 or Judgment Day.
Okay.
But then it went fucking off the rails with the bullshit, and I was like, I can't get behind this movie.
What's he saying?
He says Jurassic World was at least better than Jurassic Park 3. The sequels were trash.
That's
Cameron did the first two.
It was a very low bar.
He's talking about
He's
talking about the first two Terminators. He says the first two were both great.
Yeah.
And he says his first film was some shit like Piranha 2, and then Terminator was his first good movie. Terminator 2 should have been the end. The only reason to make another movie would be the prequel showing the War of the Machines, which is what I've been asking for.
Which
that's
is kind
all
of
I want is the War with the Machines.
What Salvation was.
Not really.
Nah, come on.
Not
check
really.
it out. Ditch Terminator 3, go straight to Salvation, and you've got a pretty good fucking addition to the whole thing. Like the Genesis, all that shit was bullshit.
You should have went away from the action with Terminator 3 and went back to the horror thriller style of the first film. Bring back dark black and white, black and blue skies. Bring back the skulls on the ground.
But,
I got an addition to that. So we did a movie about this guy who travels back in time to try to stop the war, the AI taking over. And then we did this other movie where the machine comes back in time and we have to stop the alien war. Dude, stop with the fucking time travel. You've done it twice now. Let's just do this movie he's talking about and fuck the time travel thing. Like we did it. It's done.
Just give us the fucking war. Give me John Connor with the scar across his face. Give me that hardened battle general. Let's see. Salvation was better than 3, but still shouldn't exist. I can
again. Bar was set pretty low.
The only thing I like about Terminator 3 was the deleted scene where they show how the Terminator got his voice. Oh God, I hated that so
much. Was that deleted? I'm fine with that. It's fucking fun. Yeah, that scene was way better than when he puts on the star glasses.
Yeah, just totally fucking up the intro from the second film.
Yeah, it's just a big fucking slap in the face. I'm cussing a lot. I'm sorry. It's a big slap in the face to like all the fans of the franchise.
Nah,
it is.
we're behind the first like 10 minutes of the video. We can cuss as much as we want at this point.
Well said. Well said. You're right.
But
I have that thing in my head where I'm like, okay, you get so many, just in general, like even in my regular life, like if I'm at home and I'm going to cuss, I get so many, and then it becomes a little bit over too much, and I feel like I've crossed that line.
I'm getting passionate about something that I shouldn't.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you all heard about, speaking of time jumping and all that shit, the Avengers trailer? Have you all familiar with the Avengers trailers?
I haven't seen it yet.
All right.
They got a new one out?
So if you if you have been on Twitter, everybody's got the new leaked, because Marvel said recently the new Avengers trailer has been leaked. Okay, but they didn't show it. They just said it has been leaked. So now everybody is leaking their trailer.
Oh, wow.
That's so smart. That's such a smart move.
So here's my favorite. Jake, share my screen. Here's my favorite of the ones that I've seen.
I'll be really curious to see if you get a copyright strike for this.
Probably.
But I was wrong. I was so wrong.
Some of it's obviously like that.
Oh, it's AI.
AI.
It's got everything, dude. We got Ridley. Or Ripley,
they
whatever.
tried to put in the crowd cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's Kling. I recognize the A on that. That's Kling.
That's horrible.
Dude, that was my favorite one. It's got the aliens, the Avengers, it's got fucking Professor X, and then a fucking Predator that can speak English, and apparently Ripley is his fucking mother. Holy shit, I'm excited about this fucking movie, guys.
I'm kind of... I gotta ask, does Disney own Aliens? Is that real?
No, Warner Brothers, right? I think. No, who owns fucking Aliens?
Yeah, Aliens. Is that DC?
No, you're right. I think Disney does own Aliens and fucking Predator.
Because they did Prey, didn't they?
They did Prey. Now, there's a catch to that. The original owners still have the IP for Predator, right? But through Fox, so does Disney. So they had to make Prey because they couldn't make a Predator movie. But then they just made the new Predator movie. So I guess that was resolved somehow. Maybe those guys got a good payout or some shit because they did just make the new Predator movie. Aliens, I don't remember if that's, I guess that might have been Fox. I don't know. I don't know who owns Aliens.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I'm curious now. You got me curious about that whole thing. Regardless, I want to see that fucking movie.
You know what? No, it is Disney, I think, because the Alien Earth is on Disney Plus. If I'm not mistaken, and that was actually a pretty good show.
So not that we need a whole bunch of remakes of all these. Like, I want some new IPs. I love Aliens. I love Predator, but Disney ain't gonna make those. Come on.
No, they're not. You're absolutely right. Deadpool. And
Alien, they got lucky and strong-armed in the Deadpool.
Early Alien Earth is not an Aliens franchise, right? It's a good show, and that's based off the Alien franchise, and it has its moments that do vibe like an Aliens movie, but they're obviously trying to take that franchise and move it in a direction that they can work with because they don't understand aliens. Just like Predator. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were going with Predator when they had that autistic. Like, it's bad enough in Alien versus Predator when that Predator teams up with that girl and they go fucking like.
Oh, that was the worst. Yes. They even have like the hero scene where they have them both standing there triumphantly. Yeah.
You think that's as bad as it can get, right? Until you get predators or the Predator, whatever that fucking movie was, where he can like with his infrared vision detect that this kid's autistic, and so he can't kill him. Instead, we're gonna make him our mastermind.
That's the most millennial Predator ever.
Yeah, like so that's the worst fucking Predator movie out there. Teaming up with like a chick isn't good enough. Now we got to team up with the autism crowd because that kid's got his shit together. Well, what's Mo saying right here?
Big says, why Alien Earth is so brilliant is, let's make a prequel to Alien. Wait, isn't Alien the first time humanity encounters aliens? Yes, so it's just a show about people. So why call it Aliens?
Now, hold on a minute. Alien
is
okay, you're right, except for the fact that the fact that the robot, the android, had a fucking order to act in a certain way if they encounter the alien means that they have already encountered this thing before, which is why he had the protocols to do whatever he was doing. There's a story there. That's kind of where Alien Earth falls.
All right.
So I actually like Alien Earth. I mean, there are parts that I don't like that I think are stupid, but all in all, the story was pretty cool. The aliens, the horror aspect, it's not a horror. It's not even scary, but there are some pretty cool elements. I hated the little eyeball creature until they started suggesting he was intelligent, and now I want to know what the fuck he knows. You know what I mean? What's going on with that little eyeball creature?
Mo Big says, does it mean that, or do we already have protocols for that shit in case something happens?
I mean, that's true too, but
yeah,
I mean that's a good argument, but he does a pretty specific argument, like pretty specific protocol. Like when, like they came across this thing almost on purpose, and you could argue that okay, this new show would suggest that they came across it on purpose. And if they had come across it on purpose, why did it take 60 years for them to go back to that fucking planet? Which would be a good argument. Because if they knew about it, and so then the first mission was a scrub, and so then they had to go, they waited 60 years to go back. I guess you could argue because it's so far in the future, none of these people even exist anymore. They're just going through the fucking metadata at this point.
Right.
But apparently it was known. It could be argued that it was known. Obviously, the Aliens movies weren't written with all this shit in mind, and that's one of the problems with canon.
No. Fuck your argument with canon. That's bullshit. A good story is a good story, and you have to stick to it. When you get off script, that's when
but if you read a story and then somebody's like, "What would the prequels be like?" and then you got to go write the fucking the prequel,
and that can be done well.
Yeah, it can be.
Did that well.
Yeah, but the original story. Okay, Star Wars is the perfect example because Star Wars is a perfect story, and so then when you're gonna go back and rewrite the history, you're gonna start fucking up. But now look what happened with Disney Plus. You
can fuck it up, and they did. That doesn't mean that they couldn't have done it well. They could have.
But everything maybe, but
story that they did not tell it well.
For the fact that if you're not the person that wrote the original story, then you're not the person to write the prequel, right?
No. I disagree with that. I disagree with that because you can write a perfectly good story and then have like a fan who's
somebody would say Obi-Wan was a perfectly good story.
Peter Straub did a fantastic job doing subsidiary work for the Dark Tower series of Stephen King.
Yeah.
That can be done.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote the RDR2 script did a good job.
Check it out. George Lucas fucked his own story up with Yoda. Yeah. And, right? George Lucas wrote his own prequels and fucked his own story up with Yoda. Yoda, when they're talking about Yoda was the one who trained Obi-Wan when it was Qui-Gon Jinn. Like it took like a fan George Lucas wasn't even aware of his own fucking franchise at that point. He just wants credit for writing that shit. That's why it's okay. Go ahead. Like
as a creator, when you write your own comics, don't you go back to your previous issues to make sure that your shit flows correctly?
Why don't people do that? It just seems like they're doing it less and less.
I thought that was the obvious thing to do.
Now,
You'd
the
think.
aliens move. The alien Earth actually does try to vibe with the original Alien show. They try to
Yeah.
kind of make it the same universe. Alien Covenant does the same. It tries to keep it in the universe. So I'll give the Alien. I never really cared that much about Alien franchise, but I will say they are trying to make it. I was always a Predator guy, but Predator's gotten so fucking whacked that I'm like, Predator was good. Predator 2 was awesome. The Predator, whatever that one is that that they did on the other planet, acceptable, right? Alien versus Predator was dog shit. Alien versus Predator Requiem, acceptable. The Predator, whatever that last Predator movie was, dog shit. Then we got Prey.
Prey wasn't bad.
Acceptable. Again,
Yeah.
another acceptable movie. I haven't seen the latest Predator movie, but everything is such a far fucking stretch from Predator and Predator 2. At least Predator 2 kind of kept it in the same world. Aliens, even Aliens, before any of this shit happened, Aliens 1, 2, and 3, solid, right? Alien 4 is when like, okay, so now we're doing the clone of Ripley. She's the queen alien breeding a fucking mongoloid. All right, let's see where this goes. There's swimming aliens now. Whatever. That movie sucked. It had Winona Ryder in it. All right. Maybe
Mo Big says Prey had its moments, but it also had a lot of problems. I would
a
give
lot
it
of
C-.
problems.
Yeah, I did.
I agree with that. Because
It
I
wasn't
tried to
perfect.
watch it, and it's like
It was all right.
we have home
What
theaters now,
sucks-
and I had
what
the time
sucks
to
is
sit down
having-
and enjoy it.
Having seen the Aliens movie or the Predator movie, where Predator is teaming up with whatever the fuck her name is.
Might as well be Halle Berry.
Yeah, I forget her name. Like Rosario Dawson. Is that who that was?
Sure, why not?
Like, yeah, whatever. Like, who cares? Who
Who
gives a
could
shit?
say? Who
But
could
like
say?
after having seen that movie, we see Prey and we're like, a breath of fresh air. When it's just average. Like this is
I mean,
this
that's
is an
the
average
problem.
movie.
They make movies so fucking dull that like you get Alien versus Predator Requiem, and the scene where he had that like extremely fucking extravagant fucking blade thing that was a obvious take on the Predator 2 when he has just a simple little fucking Xena Warrior Princess thing, right? But now we got this big giant ass fucking spiky fucking Xena Warrior Princess weapon, and he throws it, and I was like, all right, that's a bit extreme, but to the credit, it does slice up a bitch, right? It pins her to the wall, and I'm like, all right, Alien Predator Requiem, all right. It's not a good movie, but it has its moments like that you know, you've been kind of waiting for in a Predator movie or an Alien movie. Doesn't make them good, but then you get fucking
You
Predator.
just want the good one. You want it to be like, oh my god, this is the one I've been waiting for so long.
Right? When are we gonna get that fucking movie? We're never gonna get it. It's
not
never
hard.
gonna happen.
We don't. Danny Glover was in the fucking second one.
Bro,
Like,
it's never gonna happen.
it's not
That's the way
hard.
they do movies now. Like Fantastic Four, all this shit. They're gonna give you a little bit of what you want. They're gonna give you a little bit that's like, and then they're gonna throw some bullshit at you just so they can have their
that's
fucking
exactly
piece of
They
it.
hear a comment like what I just said. They're like, oh, he likes Danny Glover. That means I don't care if he's 85 years old. Let's get Danny Glover in the next one. That's what's gonna sell him.
They're gonna throw him in there. Well, they want young Indiana Jones. Well, we got
that's the
the
whole fucking
technology.
point.
Let's make Dial of Destiny, and we're gonna have like a flashback, and it's gonna look legit. But the rest of the movie and the ending is gonna suck balls. But it's gonna have all the things they want.
Mo
That's the
Big
problem.
says sometimes I wonder if the reason they made so many bad movies over the past decade was so we could more easily accept AI slop.
Bro, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, you fucking bleed the market with all
This
this
is
bullshit.
the easy way to make your money, but it's also the way that movie theaters died.
Now, imagine your mentality of you're in the mindset of Predator 2 is like This is where it's at. And even Predator 2 back in the day wasn't considered some fucking masterpiece, right? It was like kind of a shitty movie. Predator 1 was really crazy. Predator 2 was like, it's like an okay sequel. But by today's standards, that movie is fucking like amazing.
Yeah. You want to hear something? You want to hear a fun fact? And I don't have any fucking numbers to like sell on this thing. But back in the day, people went to a movie theater to see Predator 2.
Yeah,
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, okay. It was a lot cheaper back then. Now it takes part of your budget to go to watch a fucking movie. Back then, I'm not talking like dollar range. I'm talking about your budget, right? Back in the day, a movie was cheap enough you could actually budget in to go watch a movie once a week and then get some popcorn and a soda. But now it's so fucking expensive, you have to literally budget your paycheck into fucking doing it once a month. And it's not worth it.
You're not wrong, but the problem with that is that they are charging twice as much because they're trying, like they have 30 seats in the theater and they want you to pay for 2 of them because nobody is showing up.
That's fine, whatever. It's the fact that my paycheck hasn't fucking reached the fucking. Bro, I went to Arby's yesterday, and for 4 people, right?
Well, we're not. You, Mr. Fucking Moneybags.
Now, hold on a minute. Exactly. It was $60. I thought it was going to be cheaper than Raising Cane's. I went to Raising Cane's the other day. $60 for not their top shit either. 4 fucking people. The box fucking whatever that's called. Yesterday, I got like 4 basic fucking items off their menu. Number 1, number fucking whatever, number this and that. $60, man. And don't get me started on Schlotzsky's. For 4 people, that's a fucking bill right there, man. Schlotzsky's? Yeah. What is a buffet? What is Golden Corral? I don't even want to know. 2 years ago,
$20 a person.
The last time I went to Golden Corral, it was an $80 fucking bill for 4 people, and that was 2 little kids and 2 adults.
Go ahead, Jake.
Mo Big says theaters are so deluxe now. Where are the cramped seats? Where's the gum on the floor? Next, they're going to bring in masseuses to work on your neck and shoulders while you watch the movie.
They might as well, at this point, they kind of need to because the price ticket, that's why they're only box office mago hits or whatever. Like, they have to be fucking smash hits because it's not worth it to go watch Lethal Weapon in the theaters anymore. You know, it has to be a big smash hit.
Can you imagine watching, like, Clerks in a theater nowadays?
Yeah, I can't imagine watching Clerks in theaters back in the day.
I would miss out on true art because of the the zeitgeist.
Something comes to mind, and this is a very clever thing they're doing, and I actually approve and admire it. Kill Bill 1 and 2 is in theaters right now. Or at least it was a week ago. I don't know. I think it's still in theaters.
That's cool.
Okay. I think they're doing a re-release of
So that's 4. That is 4 hours, right? That's like a $20 ticket to go get popcorn, sodas. I'm sure there's an intermission. It has to be. You can't fucking sit through both those fucking movies. They should intermission each of those movies on top of both of them together.
Lord of the Rings is one they're re-releasing in theaters too.
That's another one. That's like, okay. Fuck all this new bullshit. You don't have it. You don't got it. Stop doing it. Let's start re-releasing the classics, the greats, the ones that we want. Jurassic Park. I want to go watch Jurassic Park in theaters again. I don't mind watching Kill Bill. Like, it's not the best. I'd rather watch Pulp Fiction. But let's start.
That's not a bad idea, Peter. I hate that that's where we're at.
That's worth the money.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, it
is. Let's go watch the Lord of the Rings in theaters again.
Everybody's doing the nostalgia thing. I want my daughter to experience the horror that we went through with Island of Dr. Moreau. Seeing that
that's not worth it though. That's not a movie that. Okay, hold on.
As an example, like
if it was a double feature,
life-changing thing that Jurassic Park was.
Double feature with Nutty Professor. You know what I mean? Like, let's just do 2 movies together. Like, They needed. Yeah, he's right. They're re-releasing the despecialized. Harmy won. Harmy fucking did it. He despecialized the Star Wars trilogy. They're finally, after all these fucking years, which I have on Blu-ray, by the way, that trilogy. They're finally putting it version. They're putting them in theaters without all the extra bullshit. All the original theatrical release. They're re-releasing the Star Wars trilogy, and I will fucking be there for that. I cannot wait for that. I don't want to see George Lucas's extra bullshit CGI crap. I want to see the original trilogy. I'll pay big money for that. That's where theaters need to go these days. Because they're not doing it with movies.
But that is how they need to reboot what they're doing. Definitely.
Yeah, because the movies that are being put out now are worth it. You know what I mean? If they were to fucking do like an Altered Carbon, like for like a series, I'd go watch Altered Carbon in the movie theater. They just spend I'd pay $50 to go do that.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say if they did a Fallout movie, I'd probably go see that.
Have you all been watching the show? I like the first season.
Well, hold on. I don't want any spoilers because I have done season 1 twice. I loved it so much that's when I got the game. I got Fallout 4. I went into 76.
Oh, you did the show before the game?
I did.
Well, you only need to watch
season 2. But also, like, I invested. I jumped in. Like, I'm 100%.
You did it right. So you did Fallout 4.
I watched a shit ton of videos. Like
Fallout 4 is the one that the new season's.
I'm waiting for. I've watched enough videos to know that New Vegas, I want the re-release.
Okay, so New Vegas, there is a re-release. I'm pretty sure there's a re-release.
No. There's a re-release. I want the remaster. Okay. I don't want them to I don't want the $100 box set. I want them to actually remaster the game. They hadn't done that yet.
Now, let me give you spoilers. The game's not that good. Right?
Apparently, it's the greatest game Bethesda ever put out.
No. New Vegas is not
even Skyrim, I guess. But.
It's no. Vegas is like okay, but Fallout 4 is the best Fallout game, right?
Yeah.
So they based that Fallout TV show mainly on Fallout 4. There are aspects of Fallout 3.
The second season is Fallout New Vegas.
Second season has a lot of what I've seen.
Hold on. To be fair,
in the teasers. I've seen a lot of Fallout Vegas in the teaser and the trailers, but I don't know anything about what else they're doing.
Okay. But to be fair, Fallout New Vegas was not Bethesda. That was Obsidian. It was a different
Fallout
company
Vegas
that made that game.
Yeah, but that's considered one of the worst Fallout games made.
No, it's the best.
I've heard it was the worst.
No. It's not the worst. It had the worst release because it was one of the buggiest games of all time.
Okay, so
the storytelling is really good, it was Obsidian. Obsidian made that game in 18 months.
All right, now I did see in the trailer. I saw a death claw in the trailer, and I stopped and paused it because my wife loves Fallout, and we didn't get a death claw in the first season. So when I paused that,
we only got the hand of the super mutant. I love that they did that.
So
I love that they
I paused it on that scene with the death claw coming at the character in that trailer, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Look on the screen." And she's like, "Is there another season?" Oh my god! She got instantly excited about it, and I was like, "Bam! That's what I'm talking about." That Fallout's a good show, and they're doing a good job to the franchise. There's some goofy shit in that show, but honestly,
shit in the game.
It holds true, and you know what?
Yeah,
Fallout that first season. It has some moments that are cinematic quality, like notoriety. The scene where the very first episode where the main dude that becomes a zombie or whatever, he's talking to a little girl, and she's like, "Why won't you do the thumbs up anymore?" And he explains how when nuclear fallout, like he was told that when a bomb goes off, and you hold your thumb up, and if the explosion's bigger or smaller than your thumb, you run for the hills. And she's like, well, if it's bigger than your thumb, and he's like, well, if it's bigger than your thumb, there's no point in running. But then right after that, the big flash and the explosion, and she holds her thumb up, and she's like, is it your thumb or my thumb? And there's a gigantic explosion happening, and like the panic in his eyes. The casting and the acting in that show, fucking top notch, man.
Yeah,
everybody. Even I know a lot of people hated that dude who ended up the Brotherhood guy. Like that, a lot of people thought he was like a little soy or whatever. No. He fucking nailed it. Everybody's acting in that show was top notch. Even a little girl, the thumbs up, everything about that. There's a few things I was like, that's a little bit weak, but that show was a fucking good show. And I cannot wait. The non-binary one, that's right. Yeah, that guy with that suit. He's a coward, which is the antithesis of that fucking, he was the Brotherhood of Steel. They're supposed to be the non-cowards. So the fact that he's the coward is actually a really good character arc because it's similar to like in Star Wars, you have the stormtrooper who's defected, right? You have Finn. It's the same kind of idea there. I like it, man. I think it's great. And I think that dude did an amazing job acting. I felt bad and ashamed for him in some moments. And when you have an actor or an actress that makes you feel a certain way about the character they're portraying, that's a fucking good actor or actress.
I also like, and I don't mean to like go too deep on like the Fallout thing, but I like that they introduce some of the things you don't even notice it. But if you rewatch that first season, they introduce the VATS, whatever, where there's like slow motion scenes of the ghoul like shooting people, and it's in slow motion.
Oh yeah,
like they do little things like that. Of course, all the little nods, like all of the props are right out of the game.
Well, I love that. Done. There's like this scene at the very beginning where the girl gets stabbed and she's just like, oh my God, I'm dying. And she gets the fucking syringe and she like injects herself. And then like the next scene, she's like fucking super. She's like fucking running around beating ass and shit. It's like, that's exactly the game.
Mo Big says I'm so old. My first Fallout game was Fallout.
Oh,
which was not the best. It was an interesting game. I've played Fallout, the first.
Have you played the first? I haven't played the first two. Like
that was like PlayStation 1,
3, and Fallout
2,
3
maybe.
And Fallout New Vegas. I'm waiting on them to like actually do a redo on 1 and 2. Like that'll never happen.
Okay, so it's just the same as Grand Theft Auto 1.
I'm familiar with 1 and 2 very much. Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto 1 was like the over-the-head PC game where you're just driving around. It's similar to that. Like Fallout 1
it's an old school PC game. Like it might as well be like text-based.
Fallout 1 was like Fallout was a good game, but yeah, dude. I don't even know. I never played Fallout 2, so I don't know anything about Fallout 2. But
real
Fallout
similar
3,
to Fallout 1.
I have Fallout 3. I have Fallout Vegas, and I didn't like Fallout Vegas. Fallout 3 was great, but when you compare it to Part 4 on the PS4, Fallout 3 is so fucking grainy, dark, and like monotone that when you get into Fallout 4 and the world opens up and everything's kind of more colorful, like I don't know, Fallout 3 seems real like Drask. What do you call that? Like
that was a PS3 trope. Was that like
everything
after the bright and shiny colors of the 1632-bit era, where you had like Super Mario Brothers and Sonic?
They did it to cover up.
PS3, everything went real drab.
That's because they were covering up some of their digital flaws, I guess. Because
the limitations of the hardware.
The Turok was one of the best games PS3 ever put out. Right, graphics wise, it was on par with the first gen PS4 games, but it was real drab. And you know how it goes with systems. When a system comes out, they put out a fucking top notch game like Turok. But then they like wean off the quality of the games in the future, and then you get a PS4, and their first games are like, wow, that's so amazing compared to what I'm used to with PS3. If you take the top PS3 games and compare them to the fucking beginning PS4 games or mid PS4 games, the PS3 was not that far off from the PS4.
Yeah, I wasn't. The generations are not going to be that much different right now.
But the drab aspect is, Turok was very bland. Like color-wise, it was very like dark and like a lot of games. The Force Awakens was another one. Hey, what's going on, Oliver? What's up, man?
Been a while since I've seen him around this park.
Yeah, no shit. Thanks for jumping in.
That's the games that I always liked were always like serialized from something. And of course there was James Bond GoldenEye on N64, but GameCube,
one of the best.
GameCube had 007 Agent Under Fire, which was good. Then it had
that was
007
a highly
Nightfire.
underrated sequel.
Yeah, and then it had 007 Nightfire, which was Pierce Brosnan.
And
then
that was
the last one, 007 Die Another Day, and I thought that was phenomenal.
Now the one before Die Another Day, I didn't have Die Another Day, but I had the one before that.
I mean, not Die Another Day, Everything or Nothing. My bad.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I think I had that one too. The one before that, I had that game, and it was an okay game. It was all those James Bond games at the time were pretty good.
Oh, 100%.
But they weren't GoldenEye. GoldenEye was good for a very specific reason, and that's the multiplayer shootout games in James Bond lore. Right? You had paintball mode, whatever. Like me and Jake were talking about this earlier.
Big head mode.
Guys,
the only way to play.
Was there any other game?
Big head mode.
Was there any other game your dad wanted to play with you?
No, he would only play GoldenEye. He'd do Mario Kart once in a while, but it was GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was the game that I actually got my dad to play.
Yeah,
he couldn't even stand Perfect Dark, which is almost the exact same as GoldenEye, but it was just not as good. It was better, but Dad didn't even like that game. He wanted to play GoldenEye. He wanted to play James Bond.
Let's see. Mobig says GoldenEye was good because people playing it weren't used to PC shooters from the same time. That's
true.
But look at Doom. Look at Wolfenstein. Dad didn't care about those games, and those were way before GoldenEye. For some reason, GoldenEye got the dads involved in the games with their kids.
100%. And it's because GoldenEye, the film, was really good, but everybody grew up on James Bond from the 60s to now. He's still relevant. I mean, how's your dad not going to try and embody James Bond? He wouldn't even let me be James Bond. I had to be like fucking Natalia or
why is Natalia your first choice? You're like, I can't be James Bond. I'll be.
I wasn't going to be fucking Boris.
Dude, Odd Job.
Odd Job, yeah, you're Odd Job, duh. Because he's the only character that actually has a smaller hit box.
Odd Job is like so short, he's harder to hit. You gotta go with Odd Job. All right, hold on. I'm sharing a thing here.
Here we go.
I got Grandpa to play Wolfenstein. Now I played Wolfenstein. My first Wolfenstein game was the original PC, and that fucking thing was awesome.
Yeah, dude. When you had to put like 5 discs. You had to upload the game with like 5 discs, and then you like
five of those 3.5-inch floppies.
Yeah, the floppy discs, and then you finally get to play, and then Granny and everybody has to leave the room because it's gonna be blood and gore, and they're like, oh, I can't watch this.
What's cool is my dad was a computer programmer, right? So he would go in and change up the codes and make his levels the way he wanted them to be.
That's
that is next. That's not even next level. That's 3 levels up.
He would fucking obliterate us just on the first level. As soon as you open the door with your little knife, suddenly it's good in time right in front of you, and you're fucking dead.
Oh, dude, that's funny because our uncles they took them a minute to catch up. So we were on par with like computer technology at the time. But then our uncles would be like, oh, I want to play this. And so they're like, how am I doing this? And then, you know, like you playing Doom and like that fucking that D&D character eyeball thing comes out at you and it's like fucking you're dead or whatever, right? And they're like, what the hell happened? I was always the guy. I was always at the time. I was the kid in the back of the crowd. You got the uncles. They're like the uncles, right? They paid for all this
and
shit,
the older cousins.
And then the older cousins are right behind the uncles, and then the fucking younger cousin, and then me, the little kid in the back of the group, going like, "I want to play, and they're like, "You don't even know how to work keyboard, kid. Get the fuck out of here."
You dipshit! You should have been reading the Nintendo Power.
Yeah, they're like, you're finally like the Nintendo is finally open. All your cousins are in here playing computer. The Nintendo is finally open, and for the first time in your entire life, you can play the Nintendo all you want with nobody controlling it. And you're in here.
Excite Bike.
You go play Excite Bike. And I'm like, all right, fine. And I'm going to go play Excite Bike. And nobody's excited. It's not exciting anymore because it's not Excite Bike. It's dull bike.
It's just bike.
It's just bike at that point.
See, as soon as GoldenEye came out, it switched over to playing PC, Team Fortress Classic and Counter-Strike. If you weren't playing Unreal, if you were too busy playing Unreal Tournament, the real people who knew how to shoot weapons were playing Counter-Strike and Team Fortress Classic.
Hey, man, I got a good analogy between the 90s and the modern day. Share my screen.
All right. What we got?
19.
Yeah, how's the front yard?
We're going to give 2025. That's totally fucking right. Everybody should go to my Twitter and subscribe and follow me on Twitter.
That's so accurate.
Fuck all the best
so
shit.
Accurate.
It's only fucking accurate, man. But as a palate cleanser, I got this for you guys.
All right, here we go.
Do I want to do the palate cleanser first, or do I want to do the fucking?
Yeah, get that shit out.
Yeah, let's do this one. Let's You know how pimple popper videos used to go?
Yeah.
All right, this is the 2025 version of pimple popper videos.
Fire. In Jesus' name, the evil in this head, go out. Jesus, I say in Jesus' name, come out now.
Oh my God.
Jesus, move, be free in the name of Jesus.
Fuck.
Fire. In Jesus' name, the evil.
All right, that's the palate cleanser. This is the fucking creme de la creme right here. I missed out on this. Whatever the fuck this came out. I want this fucking X-Men cartoon, dude. The anime.
That was sick.
This is the intro to the X-Men 97 intro, anime style.
I'm not lying, dude. When Japan gets their hands on like Marvel and DC animations, they fucking go hard.
Shit.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
Dude, they made Beast look rad.
I know. How do you do that?
That's forever Kelsey Grammer to me.
You guys never saw that animated film of Punisher and Black Widow done in anime style? You are fucking missing out. That was sick.
Like, is this just in some random intro, or is there an actual anime? I want to watch the anime, right?
Anime.
Is it real? No, I gotta see this.
Yeah,
I don't give it. They don't have to speak English. I don't give a shit.
Nah. Subtitles all day, man.
That the dude awesome. Screaming in the background like the music.
Anyways, yeah, hold on. I'll be right back.
It's just the intro for the X-Men. Either way, dude, that was...
No, it's not. No, it's not. because like I like the new X-Men like 97 thing, but it's
like
not
even Japan made their own version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that shit was bizarre. It was good, but it was fucking bizarre. Like instead of just being Ninja Turtles, like they would transform into like metal gauntlet wearing turtles and shit and have like superpowers and what. They always go balls to the wall with
Japan is so far ahead. You know that's what we all want. I don't even understand that. I don't get it. It does not like match anything that Ninja Turtles is, but I'm still like, I got to see that.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, if you guys haven't seen Marvel's animated film that's done in the anime style, which is this style right here, not like the cat face that every Sailor Moon thing looks like, but actual this kind of animation, you need to
How
go
do I look that up? How do I find that? I want
it's called X-Men anime intro.
No, I don't want the intro. I want the full thing.
I don't know if there is an actual full thing. I don't know if this is fanfic or what, like fan fiction or what, but I've seen this before, but I don't know if there's an actual anime. The actual X-Men anime is not this. Like, it's not this shit. It's kind of like that modernized bullshit.
Why is this not a thing? This is the thing that we all wanted. It's what we all asked for.
That's why it doesn't exist. Because that's what we wanted. And the past fucking 15 years, 20 years, they've been doing exactly what we don't want. That was the whole point of what they've been doing. That's how comics got started, is because they're doing exactly the opposite of what we want. That's why Japan had to come and make this shit. Yeah, because America was like, fuck you. We know exactly what you want. We're going to give you the opposite of that.
This film right here goes fucking hard, dude. And it's not like for little kids. This is for people that want the comics to be made into the movies. Avengers Confidential, Black Widow, and Punisher. That's an excellent film.
That could be pretty good. Although I feel like Punisher, I would like to see Punisher go up against somebody.
Is he going up against Black Widow?
Hopefully, you know what I mean.
Is this all we got? Is this like this one cover?
Now this is pretty good. I like this picture, this image here. But
yeah, I want to see this. I'm sold on this.
If there's a movie behind this, I don't know if I care anything about anything other than, Black Widow's boobies.
Oh, well, then you should definitely watch the film.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like the whole movie has to be about how the two of them are like embracing each other.
It's like the Street
you
Fighter
want the rom-com?
Yes.
No, not the rom-com.
The R-rated.
You want the Tom Hanks Punisher and the Meg Ryan Black?
Yes, but the R-rated version where he's like fucking like capping people's heads off. Like they're both like, the moment where the two heroes come together and they spin around and they kill people in a circle. And then like the camera goes around them. They're both like going in the directions and they're killing people in a circle. I want that. I want that scene. But then I want to fucking like start making out and then like get naked and all this shit.
Watch the film.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I smell what you're stepping in here.
All right. God love the Japanese.
Yeah.
I try not to lead you people astray, especially Mo, because I want to keep him around.
We need Mo. Mo, you're all we have.
You're all we have, Mo.
He's decent.
We will get Mo. When it comes to Bancroft streaming over us, we'll get Mo. We'll get his full attention.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yep.
No, we got.
Everybody knows Bancroft is boring. You should watch us on these days on Thursday nights, 8:30.
We got a war to fulfill next year. And
we got to take out Bancroft. We got to take down who else? Who we taking down? Jake? Who we taking down? We got to take him down.
Don't listen to Jake. If you start jerking it to cartoons, your dick will never respect you again.
I don't know, man.
Man, leave me alone.
I mean, if you're jerking, it doesn't matter if it's a cartoon or not. Your dick doesn't
right.
So you might as well
land, right?
Go all in, right?
Oh,
or go to the bar, get laid. You know what I'm saying?
Or you can do both. You can find a chick who's into it and get laid while you're watching it.
Yeah, but then you gotta go to those D&D conventions, and it gets really fucking weird. Like those fucking bitches are weird.
As long as she doesn't go beyond the pinky, I'm okay with it.
Is that where the line is drawn? The pink? I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, pinky.
What if she's like some fucking like 6'8" mongoloid?
Yeah,
her pinky's like
that's as far as it goes.
I got that pinky.
Yeah, if she's got like mega pinky,
no, just enough to say hello, I'm there, nothing more.
That's the only kind of girl you want in comics. In the comic, you know what I mean? There was like this argument back in the day. Was like, why we don't want women in nerd spaces? That's not true. We've always wanted women. Yeah, we've always wanted women in nerd spaces. That's the whole fucking point. So when women start flooding into nerd spaces, then it's like, well, we're like bringing women into nerd spaces. Why are you so fucking angry about it?
We just don't want the women that are in the nerd space to look like the women that are in the nerd space.
Yeah, because they're just here to
money. Back then, now it's like that's not the case anymore. Now it's a lot more socially acceptable. But it's like there's like an empowerment that
women came into nerd spaces, other than like the classic nerd women. Women came into nerd spaces because they realized nerds had money, and they came in here to get the money from the nerds. That's how OnlyFans fucking started.
They simply enjoyed the thing that was going on.
If it wasn't for nerds, OnlyFans would not have fucking existed, because all these fucking women on OnlyFans started cosplaying as fucking Rogue, and then fucking that's how OnlyFans was born.
Yeah, but that's as far as it goes with them, is that they cosplay as the characters. They don't know anything.
No, the top 1% earners went from Rogue to fucking jacuzzi streams into SML or whatever that shit is, where they lick the microphone. And then the fucking moving on, the fucking gas stations. Yes, I'm talking about Amaranth. She's like the top fucking earner.
Is that what you said?
Amaranth is one of the most notable.
I'm familiar with Amaranth. I know Amaranth.
Actually, Amaranth, I respect Amaranth. On top of all, like, yeah, she's
got other,
pretty. She
did
her shit.
She had other stuff going on.
I never fucking subscribed to her OnlyFans. I admire Amaranth because she did it right. She's actually one of the only people I would say did it right, and she's not in there with multiple dudes. She's not making porn with a bunch of random guys. She's not that fucking bitch from fucking England. She's doing shit on her own, right? She sets trends like this, like the hot tub stream. She fucking makes money and she invests it into oil manufacturing. Like, that's a fucking smart chick, dude.
Mo says, did what right? Bang Destiny?
Who? Amaranth did not. She didn't bang Destiny. Come on,
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna try the Amaranth beer. I'll just go that far.
But that's a super smart idea when you're making money. I'm not buying the Amaranth beer either. I'm not buying the fucking bathwater.
Yeah. People are buying that shit. I'm not gonna knock the business acumen.
I'm not.
I will say anybody who, and if there's anybody on this stream that I'm offending, I apologize. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
No, none of these boys are buying that shit.
And drank the Amaranth beer, dude. Go to a fucking gym. Get away from your PlayStation. Get away from your Xbox.
Stanley, you're completely wrong. If you're buying Amaranth oils, go to my fucking channel and subscribe. And I'll have something for you to purchase from there. You know what I mean?
He would have bought the bathwater, except he's allergic to bathwater.
It depends on how much the bathwater is. What I'm saying is that girl's got game and she did it right, and she's fucking preying on the people that are willing to buy her bathwater.
It's also like her boyfriend at the time was like pressing a lot of that. Like,
no. Yes.
yeah,
But
I was worried this was going to get fucking.
hold on. Her
Yeah.
boyfriend and her are in cahoots. It's not like her boyfriend.
I know.
Okay. There's a whatever podcast. If anybody's like curious, because I've been fascinated with Amaranth.
Nobody's curious.
There's a whatever podcast with Andrew Wilson. If you're a fan of Andrew Wilson, and I am,
Andrew Wilson.
There's a fucking podcast with Andrew Wilson and Amaranth and her husband. And if anything, Amaranth and her husband and Andrew Wilson are on the same fucking side, right? Like they're all arguing the same shit. And Andrew Wilson admires Amaranth and her husband, who, especially after it came out with when Amaranth when they talked about the whole moment where they got like robbed, the robbers, and then the husband had to shoot the fucking guy. Andrew Wilson was kind of like a fanboy of the husband, right?
Yeah.
My apologies, I'm at 2%.
Okay, that's worth a watch, dude. The whatever podcast with Amaranth and Andrew Wilson is worth a watch. I liked Amaranth when she was on the Pay Money Wubby, the Wubby stream, because I've always thought Amaranth was smarter than like those other ones that they're just doing porn. Amaranth is smart. When she bought the fucking oil thing, and she's like, I'm gonna just invest my money into something that's gonna make me more money. And if you look at Amaranth, she's not as pretty as everybody thinks. So the fact she's been able to fucking manufacture that nose into the business she's been doing, fucking kudos. Amaranth, I am a fan. And not an only fans. Yes, I'm saying Amaranth, I admire your fucking business because you did it right. And I'm not like a fucking subscriber or none of that bullshit. I admire what you've been able to accomplish with what you've done. Like I truly am. Like I admire what she's been able to fucking pull off.
I'm guessing we lost Stanley.
Yeah, because he's in the fucking Ironheart and all that shit.
He's in the Ironheart.
Yeah, he can't appreciate somebody like Amaranth and her business acumen without like the obvious tropes that go along with it.
It's not Destiny's sloppy seconds that made Peter reject her. It was her nose.
Have you looked at her nose, dude? Like she puts a lot of makeup on those streams, but if you look at her nose is like.
I couldn't stand those ones that just put so much foundation and shit on their face that if you blow on it, it looks like the face out of the mummy in the sand.
I worked with this girl once. When I was a manager at Walgreens, I had this employee. She looked a certain way. One day, and she worked in the cosmetics department, right? She was like the makeup girl.
Yeah.
Now, one day she came to work on her off day without makeup on. And she's like, hey, Peter, what's going on? And whatever, Mo. Fuck you, dude. So this girl came to work one day, and I didn't recognize her at all. I did not recognize her at all. She's like, "Hey, it's me," and I was like, "Who?" And she's like, "It's me, Allie." And I was like, "You're no way." And she's like, "Yeah, no, I just don't have my makeup on today because like I'm not at work and I'm like off today." And I was like, "There's no fucking way that you are the person that comes in here on Wednesdays, like the makeup." Before I understood how it all works,
yeah.
Like when she told me without the makeup on that it was her, I was like, "There's no fucking way." And then I started understanding all these makeup tutorial videos and shit, dude. They literally paint a face on. And it's not to say that she was ugly without the makeup.
You don't understand that all women are just geishas?
Bro. Oh my God. Don't get me started on that shit. Because I could go on about like the filters and everything and how like I'll end up like putting my marriage at risk talking about that fucking shit. going in on my wife.
There's been a couple times where Megan like put on a little too much makeup, and I looked at her and I was like, "You sure you want to do that?" Does she
get on the TikTok and all that crap?
No, she doesn't do any of that shit.
Because that drives me fucking nuts when the fucking wife gets on TikTok and she starts fucking doing her makeup for TikTok. Like, when was the last time you fucking did makeup for anything? Yeah. She doesn't do makeup. My wife is actually very beautiful without makeup. So when she starts putting makeup on for fucking TikTok, it's like, what are you doing?
When I hate it when I mention like, Megan, you might want to change that up a little bit. And she'll be like, go out into public, get ready to go hang out with her friends and everything. But as soon as we show up at her friend's house, one of her friends goes, man, that makeup looks good. Like in that sarcastic high tone voice.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately she goes upstairs, washes it off, and dyes it down.
What you got to do is say, what you got to do is let them know, hey, man, I'm glad you shaved the mustache. That's looking a lot better. And then you know what I mean? And then whenever they put the makeup on, it'd be like, oh, yeah, you totally covered up that fucking thing with the eyebrows. Like, I like that. That's good. And the eyelashes are a big deal with women. So you gotta tell them. You gotta make sure to tell them, yeah. Whatever it is you're doing, you're like fixing the thing with the eyelashes. So I like that. That's good. And then the cheek thing. You gotta mention the cheek thing because they're obsessed with the cheek thing. No men don't know what the cheek thing is, but you tell your wife, yeah, you fixed the cheek thing. And the women are gonna be like, oh, thank God I fixed the cheek thing. But men don't know what the fuck that means. But for the men out there watching, just tell your woman, oh yeah. You fixed it. When they ask you how's it look, you just tell them, oh yeah, you fixed the cheek thing. They'll fucking love you. You get like a special bonus point that night. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Oh, guys, one more thing. I gotta tell you. I appreciate you all. Have a Merry fucking Christmas.
We love you. Merry fucking Christmas. Fuck off.